The familiar turning, shifting sensation as the lost second pulls you through time. Ribbons of timelines spiraling beside and beyond you, arcing over themselves, eating themselves, splitting and combining. Realities and images flash across your mind. You witness the birth of a child with a single black eye and a single white eye. You witness the mother crying as that very same baby is never born. You witness a warrior clad in shining knightly wear, on his pauldrons the emblem of the Auroran kingdom, glorious in victory, and you witness that same warrior impaled upon 3 lances. You see blackness, and from that blackness a great climbing titan powered by white and purple arcane energy, and you see that very same titan felled by a group of warriors looking bloodied and sorrowful. Over and over again, timelines shift, and then with a pop of your ears, a week has passed for all on Solmira, but for you only a second was lost. Ahead of you, a young woman at the desk of the Glassleaf Inn lets out a startled cry. Ah! You blasted wizards! You need to stop doing that to me! Excuse me. Welcome to the Glassleaf Inn. How can I help you today?
Sorry, I think that was one of the prizes we won. Seems to have had some kind of strange effect. Can we rent a room? How long do we need a room for? One night?
Yeah, at least one.
We're probably...
Excuse me.
Sure.
Just spent a lot of time, at the games and everything. What day is it?
It's Wednesday.
Okay. And I look to the rest of my party like, what?
Wednesday, the 2nd of September.
Okay. So now we know we've been gone for a week. And then I just, in a voice that's real low, I say to Rio, what about the horses?
This is why we paid for a few extra days. I think they'll be fine.
I think it was every week, right? Shouldn't we check?
Yeah, we'll need to go down and check on them, but they're still gonna be there. That's why we paid extra. We can go do that after we get a room sorted.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay?
I think at this point you might notice that as we were going into the thing, I did take your hand.
Oh.
And I will kind of, as you ask, are you okay? I think you'd feel like my grip strength is like really clamping down hard from nerves. And as you say that, I just, yeah, and I just kind of let go of your wrist.
Ow.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm good. Are you okay?
Yes. Let's say yes.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. I'm glad
I don't know if...
you came with us.
Well, it's only been a week. Honestly, I could have waited right here, but, at least we're together.
Thank you, Rio.
I mean, jokes aside, a week is kind of not good.
No.
Because anyone who's been after us, a week is not that long. They won't have given up. They'll still be after us. But it's long enough that anyone who was following us, they're here by now. It only takes about a week to get to Sonantor. So now we have to be super on our guard.
But maybe they were here. And didn't
Can I
see any
look up
sign
at
of
the
us and left.
receptionist and make sure she's not hearing anything that
Yeah,
I'm
I was about
whispering?
to say, like,
I'm
are
like,
we just saying
right,
all
we're in the
of this
middle of a
front the
conversation.
receptionist?
You did say you were whispering. Whenever you say that, I assume it's like a stage whisper so that your mic can hear you. But yeah, she's kind of just looking at you expectantly.
Yeah, I'll just look back up and say, right, 1 suite for 4 people for 2 days. Thank you.
Okay. So one of the shallows.
Sure.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Very good. And what name shall I put it under?
Periwinkle.
Periwiggle.
Yes.
Periwiggle.
Yes.
Is that your name?
Yes.
Gives you a kind of quizzical look. It's a pretty strange name for Very good. PB, roll me a D100.
Oh God. Okay. Is there an easy D100? Nope. Okay, I just have to type it. Hold on.
Also, PB, did you say periwiggle or periwinkle?
I
Pretty
said
sure she
winkle,
said
and then
winkle,
they
but
said
yeah.
wiggle, and I just said yes.
Periwinkle.
Yeah.
I think that there is.
Periwiggle.
54.
Oh, is there something?
Freaking out.
Oh no, the die on the screen said 50, but then the number in the chat said 54. I was about to ask if
Okay.
there was a special function
No,
on
I think
50.
yeah, no.
Oh God.
She
think
pushes
there
a
is.
key across the table to you, and then a second one, and on the key there is the number 54. Chalet 54. It's just out to the right. Follow all the way behind the building, and then just down one of the slopes, you'll see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. I assume we owe you some money. How much?
Yes, it's 25 gold pieces per night, so 50
Night.
gold pieces.
So 50.
Access to the spas is included.
It's a spa.
Yes, and remember that resting at a spa or bath recovers you as if taking a long rest over the course of a single hour.
This is the same place we stayed before, right?
Yeah. You were in Chalet 33 before, and now you're in Chalet 54.
So I realized that here in this fantasy world, we put everything in our bags and always carry it all with us. But how much stuff would we have lost in the hotel room? What would we have? How much stuff would we have left laying around in the
Yeah, I
hotel
mean,
room?
that would have been brutal if it was more like a traditional holiday where you leave all your stuff in
I
the rooms.
left all my stuff here and then I time
Imagine.
traveled.
Yeah.
Hey,
All of
Maybe
it got
being
thrown
lost
out.
and found.
All right. Well, I will fish into the bag of holding and shell out 50 gold. I'm assuming we still have 50 gold in our party inventory. Let me check.
we do. We have 125.
Sure.
I have some as well, so I can chip in if we need it.
There we go. I will shell out the 50.
Thank you so very much. Where did you
Thank you.
come from?
Oh, we were over at the carnival on the West End, some sort of carousel thing, and I guess there's some sort of residual random teleportation effect. They said it'll wear off in a day.
Huh. Roll me a deception check.
Okay. Deception.
Yes, please, you're lying.
As it turns out,
Good at it.
I'm a very good liar.
It's that adorable young face.
I have a +7 on my deception roll, so
Whoa.
14.
14. Let's see how she does. Wow. She kind of looks you up and down and then looks over towards where you said you were coming from, and she says, "Oh, with the horrible horse thing. The very
Yeah.
strange." Yes.
Yeah, they're weird.
Yeah, I kind of regret writing it. That's not a lie.
Yeah. She kind of nods, and then she says, she kind of looks behind you. There's a couple of people that are walking up behind you, kind of joining a queue, and she says, "Well, please enjoy your stay. If you need anything, you can contact us at the front desk."
Sure, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I
Thanks.
reverse? I want a reverse insight check. Did she buy my lie, or did she question what I'm saying?
Give me an insight check.
Reverse insight check.
Vibe check.
That's an 18 on insight.
She's weirdly hard to read. It's quite hard for you to tell. It seemed like she was quizzical about where you came from. You all came from the Gold Square, and it did seem like something in her brain kind of registered, but it didn't seem. It was difficult to say how she took that. You know, she seemed like she was just sort of very confused that you suddenly appeared in front of her, all started whispering, and then booked a room, more so than anything else. Beyond that, she has that classic receptionist, you know, just professional cold front.
Right. Poker face by trade.
Although
Okay.
She had a pretty good poker face.
Okay, I think
All
we're
right.
retired to the room.
All right. Yeah, you head out, follow the instructions out to the right, follow the sort of the very large building. This is a kind of a big Swiss-looking, Alpine-looking building, and as you move around the rear of the building, it leads down to that kind of slowly descending set of different hot pools and spas and stuff like that, with multiple different chalets that seem to run around them. It looks very natural, but also completely unnatural at the same time. Like, the architect here did a really good job of making this thing legitimately look like a set of hot spas in a kind of alpine retreat. But there's also that uncanny valley effect of the fact that you know for a fact this is kind of illusory and all fake. As you move down towards Chalet 54, I guess we see you head into Chalet 54. Previously, you went into a chalet that had images of Drachenzoll all over it. This one seems to have images of castles and swords, knights and horses, predominantly. Very classic-looking fantasy imagery in this chalet. Otherwise, it's the same thing.
What a
kind
relief.
a simple-looking opening room with a table, a small kind of kitchen side that you could use to prepare food, and then 4 separate very small rooms with individual beds inside of it. There is a very large looking spa outside, and then a smaller one a little bit further along that would probably seat the 4 of you comfortably. And outside of a really rude guest, you might be able to claim that spa as privacy, or there's a very large public one with a few people that were in it as you approached.
Right. Also, I think the disorientation of our time travel might have thrown me off, but I think our horses should be fine because they should have skipped ahead a week with us, right?
Oh,
Or
yeah,
do
but
they have to, or do they have to be standing right next to us?
yeah.
No, I think they went with us.
You
so we have
you
to,
understand that they would have gone with you.
Right.
Yeah,
They would have.
so it's
They would have
almost
gone with us. So now the attendants down there.
like 4 new horses, so we should register them.
Yeah, we do need to go down there and do that now. Before they can't figure out whose they are and sell them or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe we should do that before we get too comfortable. And then
Yeah,
it says that
we
she's just
should-
sort of sagged down into a chair and goes, okay.
Yeah, before we get comfortable, I was like,
I immediately leap on a bed. Yeah, not it. It's the equivalent of not it.
Well, I mean,
You guys were not too
Nothing-
badly beaten up, right, after that battle arena?
I feel like time traveling probably feels a bit weird, though.
Yeah, well, I got beat to heck during the
That's
arena.
true,
I
you
don't
did.
know
And so
about the
did
rest of the
Bruno.
group, but I was tanking all the hits, so I am pretty torn up. But I think how much healing did I get afterwards? I gotta check and see.
I thought we got pretty well full
got a-
healing.
Not full, but I'm not that messed up.
You did, yeah.
Right
you
now.
you all got some healing at the end of it. I think Alinis did one of them.
Yeah, I did a prayer
Angry spells.
feeling.
I'm back to like 2/3, so it's not that bad. I will say. Well, I mean, if you all don't want to go down there right now, you don't have to. But I don't want to risk losing our horses, so I'll go.
You're still
We're
a little
staying
tender and injured. I don't mind going. It's fine.
No, we should go together. You raised a good point. It's been a week. I guess
Right.
if we
on
were
that
being
note-
pursued, which we probably were.
Well, remember what that robot girl thing said? Scarlet, that was the name. Remember, there's at least one more of those machines chasing us.
Yeah.
So by now, they're here. It's been a whole week. They would have made the trip. So
Or
they're in town.
alternatively, they arrived in the week we were gone, looked for us, didn't see anything, and moved on.
I think with how much they want this thing, they wouldn't give up that quick.
Well, I don't mean moved on, but maybe they thought we went somewhere else. Like, we did compete a week ago, so we were here a week ago. And then if there's no sign of us, maybe they moved on.
I mean, that is wishful thinking, but I feel like they would be more thorough. Like, I don't think they would
certainly-
randomly just march off north and hope that they're going the right way. They would
Either
look
way,
for
I
clues.
don't think we should split up.
Right, I agree.
Definitely not split up.
We have
maybe
to
we should
play it
ask
safe.
around. Maybe there's someone who has seen the machine.
I don't know how to ask that. I don't know how to ask that question without being super suspicious. But either way, let's just stick together and go sort the horses first.
Mm-hmm.
Toof, how common would something like that be in Sonnentor? Do you know if maybe some kind of machine would come?
Exactly.
If they would go somewhere?
I have 2 questions.
Yep.
One, exactly that. How common is that? Probably not very. But my second question is, do I know anyone that like works in security on the lower levels that I could maybe reach out to? It would put us in danger, I would imagine, but...
Roll me a history check for the first question. 8.
Really? Because that looked like it landed on a 16 for me. How dare you?
Oh, is it doing it on YouTube to you too? The physical dice on screen are showing a different number
was
than
something
what.
Doing weird
different,
stuff.
yeah.
All right, yeah.
than what is.
We just have to accept it. It's a little buggy. I updated it and it destroyed everything today, so there might be some
No worries.
noticeable
We
bugs.
just have to accept her in all her flaws today.
We'll just have to take whichever roll is higher for us every time.
Oh dear.
We have
the
advantage.
so the question is like, what is the existent, like, how common are like constructs here, specifically the like Felsenhorschen Vianthrosite enhanced ones? Not very. Sonnentor has a pretty close relationship with the Republic of Felsenhort, but it isn't. Felsenhort does not like sharing its tech very much with anyone. It pretty much does not. It's basically illegal for anyone to utilize Vianthrosite outside of Felsenhort, especially if they are from Invictus Concordia, apart from a handful of weapons that they bought like 70 years ago, and in the Auroran Kingdom. However, in Sonnentor, they do have a lot more leeway. They worked a lot of the Gesto in Sonnentor and a lot of the original Felsenhortians that were working on Vianthrosite kind of developed some of it together, so there's a bit more of a relationship. So that's why you find a lot of Vianthrosite here, and they allow some of the Vianthrosite refining and tinkering and stuff. So it's a little more common here than anywhere else, but it's nowhere near on the level of Felsenhort. But they do have a decent amount of Vianthrosite tech here. The constructs, however, don't seem to be present at all. I don't think you will have seen any so far. I definitely don't think you would have seen some before Tooth. And also, in general, it's pretty new tech, even to Felsenhort. So it is, it's really only propped up over the last few decades. So it's, there are other constructs. There are still like classic looking, really basic looking constructs that would be sort of steampunky or a little bit more kind of like a golem, very, very simple-minded things. But in terms of the thinking kind of the 3 different types of constructs that you've witnessed, which is the very basic constructs that seem to have a little bit more, they're a bit more like a golem, but they just have a little more. They were used by the military and the guard in Felsenhort. Then you have the Joe type constructs, which are extremely advanced. It just seemed like a little person. They're kind of on the level of those like Star Wars droids, where they seem to have, a conscience or consciousness. And then you have Lancelin and Scarlet, which were very unique, seemed to be very mobile, seemed also to have their own personalities and consciousness. None of those 3 constructs seem to be present here, or if they are, they're not kind of walking around yet. So that answers that first question. And then you asked if you had a contact on the lower level, specifically for what again? Sorry.
Like security, that I don't know what our version of security is like, or if it's like tapes or some sort of, I don't know what that's like, but
yeah,
that
when
we
you
can
say
look and
security, you
see.
just mean like the law, or like a specific type of security that you're
No,
thinking
I
of?
mean like surveillance. Like if I know somebody who might be able to, because I don't know the equivalent of whatever, like can we look at the tapes for this week and scan for any weird looking robot, like
I mean,
that construct,
They have like the border, or not border, but like the check-in people at the front door. They made us like show identification, so there's
but
definitely a security team, right?
I can't imagine that I would have to only know like at least it feels like for me, I would only know somebody that's like on late night security detail doesn't really do anything, just sits in a room, you know?
Yeah.
They're not really that important.
There's... Go on.
Even in the medieval world, there's like an overweight security guard just watching 20 monitors with his eyes half closed.
That's what I'm imagining. Yeah, just somebody that's like has no clue.
For the horses in particular, or for in overall?
For looking for a construct or anything on, I guess,
as in
level
yeah.
or...
Okay. So they don't really have like a separate. The law in Sonnentor are known as the Sonnenguard, and they're basically also the military. Sonnentor doesn't really have much by way of like military might or presence. They have an unbelievably defensible position is what they have. They have a castle in the sky that is covered in these insane sigils that you vaguely witnessed. Even if one of the other countries were to like attack Sonnentor, it would probably be able to hold out really well against a lot. But in terms of, sort of military might, they don't have a lot. But what they do have is known as the Sonnenguard. They are also just used to police as well. It's all one thing. They are probably all that would be employed here. There wouldn't be an individual like private security firm running security for the entrance or the stables or anything like that. Some of these establishments might do, but in general, this entire 2-level amusement park area is really just part of. It isn't particularly privatized. It's pretty much just owned by Sonnentor as an overall thing, and therefore the administration being Sonnentor's rulers. So essentially, this would be: do you know a Sonnenguard who you could speak to? Again, you saw some in fact, you will have been seeing these guys everywhere. I just haven't really brought much attention to them because I don't want to freak you out because you're players and you're scared of everything, and I told you that you were safe until last session. But in general, you will have seen these guys about. They wear really simple uniforms. It's pretty much just a set of black robes. They're armed with varying different weapons. Most of them seem to have a short sword or a Vianthrosite enhanced heavy crossbow. Some of them have nets, and some of them are kind of adept-looking mages. For the most part, they have very thick-looking gloves with metallic backs to them, a bit like a motorcycle riding kind of gloves with knuckles. And almost all of them seem to have a mage hand as well. They're kind of jack of all trades guys. They seem to all be proficient in a lot of different things. In general, the Sonnenguard, while there's not a huge amount of them, are respected as like pretty talented and pretty scary. They're not anything to be trifled with, even though they might be small gesto. There might be a group of 4 of them. They're probably extremely well trained because they're both military and police. But they're also security guards for varying areas. So this is a bit of a tall order. So what I'm going to do is just get you to roll a fate dice, and you have to roll over an 18 to know someone well enough.
What?
Like by name, so that you can go and inquire with them and be like, hey, give me the tapes, bro.
Yeah. Okay, what's a fate dice?
20, a D20. This is just, I'm going to just see if you can, by chance, know someone.
Well, I can't trust that 18.
You can. It was, in fact, exactly the number you needed. So,
nice.
You know a guy called Rake. And Rake, let me pull up the information.
Okay, but this is
Rake.
like, how well do I know him? Do I trust him not to tattle on me?
I think roll me an insight check.
I roll insight? Yeah.
What a roll, though.
I know, I can't believe it. What are the odds? 17.
Imagine getting that super lucky roll just to know somebody who hates you and it's gonna rat us out.
He's a tattletale.
Yeah.
So Rake is a Sonnenguard that works on the lower level. predominantly around the entrance, would have connections to the stables and to the transport, the teleportation circle that brings you up and down. And it can probably be posted everywhere, but you were specifically looking for someone that was on level 1 or around the entrance. And this is someone that you do know. I don't think you know them well. You know Rake to be quite serious. Rake has really long limbs for a Gesto. He's kind of tall and his arms are extremely long. Other than that, I think you understand that you can trust him to a certain degree. He's a very serious person, but he isn't like a hardcore loyalist or anything like that. For the most part, his work with the Sonnenguard is just his job. He likes his job. He's happy to be part of a larger thing, and I think that you get the sense that gives him sort of like something to do and purpose. But you also feel like he wouldn't want to risk his job. So
Okay.
he seems like the type that would be like, yeah, sure, you can have this, you can do this. If I don't get caught, then I'm okay with it. If it feels like something he might get caught doing, or is particularly serious or goes way above his station, you get the feeling you probably can't trust him too much. But he's your best bet, or he's your best contact, at least in the specific contact that you're looking for here. Again, usually milling around by the entrance.
Okay. What was the last thing said? Sorry, guys. We were talking about going to the horses,
between
right?
them,
What was
right.
the last thing said
Yeah.
in character?
I don't remember the exact wording,
Yeah.
but we basically just said we were all going to go because we need to stick together.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
sticking
well-
together is a really good idea. I don't know. Oh yeah, we were talking about they would have been here by now, and then we were talking about, well, maybe that they've gone, and that's wishful thinking. And yeah, it might be wishful thinking. And too bad there isn't a way we could like ask or check or I don't know about that. I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, you're probably right. That's probably not a good idea.
Hey,
Yeah,
Tooth,
good.
Tooth, you want to involve us in that conversation?
Oh, yeah, sure. What if I ask my friend Rake? Oh, that's probably not a good idea. Yeah, you're right, because Rake probably
Okay,
doesn't want
who's-
to endanger his job, and nor do I want him to ask him to endanger his job, and then he might have to report me and talking to me, and we might get what we want, but then, you know,
Tooth?
he still reports me, and
Tooth?
then we end up in trouble. And
Tooth?
yeah, you're right. You're probably right.
Tooth?
What? Yes?
Slow down.
Oh.
Who's Rake?
Just a friend of mine.
Okay.
I haven't really talked to him in a very long time, actually, because I started working on the 4th floor, and he got stationed to work with the Sonnenguard down here. And you know,
Okay,
we
I
were
mean-
good friends when we were kids, crawling around in places we
Okay.
shouldn't be. But
Is he trustworthy? Because couldn't hurt to ask if he's seen anything. I don't think that'll get him in trouble, right?
it could hurt to ask, because if he sees me, he's supposed to report it, and now I'm putting him in a position where he has to lie.
That's fair. But I don't know, I feel like what we're doing is important enough that we might have to take some risks or break some laws here and there.
Well, if you think it's important enough, I'll do it, but
Okay, well,
maybe we can
If-
make an
if-
arrangement where he
well,
can...
let's just think of it logically, right? If you ask him, have you seen this machine? And he says yes, then what do? We're just on our guard. We're already on our guard. It doesn't change much, I guess.
That's
But
true.
on the other hand, asking him to keep an eye out and let us know if he sees it arrive, that could make a big difference, getting a heads up when the thing gets here.
Right, but
don't
the
know.
trade on that is telling the Sonnenguard that I was here when I'm not supposed to come back.
Telling the Sonnenguard, or just telling your buddy who will hopefully keep his mouth shut?
I don't think it's kind of a big deal. And I would hope he would keep quiet about it, but I wouldn't expect him to. Does that make sense? It's a pretty big thing to hide a report on. Maybe we could come to some sort of arrangement where he reports it, but gives us a little bit of a heads up to get out of there in time.
Gotcha. Maybe I'm just underestimating how famous you are, Tooth.
I'm not. It's not that I'm not famous. But
Okay, then
I am
one
exiled, and I'm not supposed to come back. So if he doesn't report it, then
right. I mean, people who aren't supposed to be in the city probably sneak in all the time. I don't know. I mean, if you think it's too big, he's your friend. You know the situation better than I do. If you think it's too big of a risk, then we go without it. But we just have to be on our guard anyway, because we don't know if this machine is here.
well, maybe you approach him and you just mention my name and that you need my help, and I hide, and then he doesn't have to lie.
Then, so you want me to lie and say that you're not here? Because that's the first thing he's going to ask.
He might not, because then he'd have to tell the truth.
Tough.
So maybe you start with, like, don't ask me anything you don't want me to answer, or something, you know, the way that you do, Rio.
Okay. I mean, I can try to go talk to him.
I don't want to ask you to lie either, Rio, so if he asks, you could just tell him, I guess.
Here's the thing. I'm not a liar. I try to tell the truth, but I also understand gravity of a situation, and what we're doing is very important, and it's probably going to put us at odds with the law. I've already resigned myself to the fact we're probably going to have to get our hands dirty once or twice and lie here and there. So if I have to, I don't care. I'll do it. It has to be done for, as cliched as it is, the greater good and all that, right? We don't have much of a choice. So I don't mind lying. I do question whether he's gonna, like, is he even gonna believe me? Like, when I walk in and say, hi, I know your friend Toof, by the way, I need sensitive information. Like, I would be super suspicious of me. You gotta give me something that only you would know, so that when I go talk to him, I can say,
That's a good point.
Yeah, I can say Toof sent me, and I can prove it because, you know, what can I tell him that he knows that I'm not full of it?
He got his tail stuck in one of the vents when we were very young. Well, we were 5, I think. Well, I was 5 and he was 7. He's 2 years older than me.
Okay.
And I promised never to tell anyone.
Okay. So now you are a liar.
No,
Sorry.
I'm not a liar, but I broke my promise. Yeah.
I nudge Rio. Don't lay it on thick.
Sorry.
Well, you asked me for something only he would know.
No,
It's okay.
that's
He'll
great.
understand, too.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
That's perfect. All right. I mean, yeah, we can stop and talk to him after we go check in on our horses. I don't want to lose my horse.
That's a good idea.
All right, let's go down there. Well, actually, we've been walking this whole time. We're probably there by now.
No, you haven't. Because
we haven't. Okay.
Yeah, the the moment that you open the door, there's someone there. We're gonna go back in time.
Gonna go back in time.
Going back in time in the time travel show. You guys, we see you guys walking away from the front desk, and as you're walking away, the person that served you watches you all walk away. The group steps up and says, "Excuse me, can we have one room?" And the attendant says, "Oh, 1 second. Hang on a moment," and starts shuffling through varying papers on the desk. Eventually, she stops at one and lifts it up and reads through it. Little old guy, young-looking elf, shield maiden, dwarf. Oh, of course. She then moves out away from the desk. 1 moment, steps into a back room. A few seconds later, steps back out. "How can I help you today?" Serves the customers. A few moments go by, a couple of minutes, and then there's a sound nearby. And walking up towards the desk is a very small-looking, quite young-looking Gesto. Very small little eyes, a bandolier of small notepads and books and pens and pencils and quills. He's wearing a really long brown coat that drags along the ground behind him like a wedding train, and steps up to the desk and says,
"Hello. If you don't mind, I was summoned here for a group that I've been looking for.
and you see them talking for a few moments, and then we see this Gesto, as we flash forward a little bit, walking down around past the Alpine building and down past the spas, looking from hot spa to hot spa, sort of humming along to himself as he does so. It seems quite relaxed.
It's the eye of the wyvern, it's the thrill of the fight. Rise it up. Like, it's very catchy, that. That is the best song all week.
Sort of moving through the people, and then moves along to the chalets.
53, 54.
And then lift their arm up to knock on the door when suddenly it opens and the four of you are about to step out.
I'll just look down immediately.
Hello.
Hello?
Don't mind me stopping by. My name is Quill. Pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
That tracks
Quill.
with all the quills you're carrying. Hi, I'm Rio.
Yes, very good. And your names are?
Hi, I'm Brula.
Linus.
And yourself?
This is Bent Teaspoon.
Ed Teaspoon.
Right.
Pulls one of the random notepads off of his chest, and with a gloved hand pulls a pencil out, and then you see them just sort of patiently scribbling down on the pieces of paper. Every now and then they kind of look up at you and then look back down, and then he says,
Oh, I assure you, you're not in any trouble or danger. But would at least one of you be willing to accompany me to the administrative floor? It won't take long. I need to take a statement and register the use of a particular magic, teleportation, I believe, or conjuration. Either way, it was on a scale that was far too large to understand within the sigils of the Great Walls of Soto. It must be logged and recorded.
Right. Sure. I guess I can give a statement?
Would you mind waiting outside for just a moment?
Unfortunately, yes, I would.
I just want to discuss my plans for this afternoon.
Unfortunately, I must insist that one of you come with me immediately. I cannot let you out of my sight from this moment on.
That sounds an awful lot like we're in trouble.
Well, you're not in trouble. It's just that I must insist. It's been a week trying to track you down. Failure to record this would result in a law break under Sun and Tor.
Wait. Hold on. You're looking for something we did over a week ago? What
Yes.
did we do?
Well, you used force of such powerful magic that it is not prohibited, and we must make note of all significant and potent mages.
Right. Well, no. That's what I'm asking. Though, what spell did we cast a week ago?
Well, that is what I'm taking you to make a statement about. I don't know. I'm curious.
Well, I don't know either, so I won't be able to make a statement. What spell?
Yeah, none of us is really
I'm trying to think of what
capable
we
of
did.
anything
What did we
like
do
that.
a week ago?
both of you give me deception checks.
I'm
I'm
just
not dis- I'm not dis-
shrieking.
I'm-
I'm not
Yeah,
being
like
deceptive. I'm not trying to
scribbling.
lie.
You don't know what happened a week ago?
Oh, I didn't say
Yeah.
I didn't know what happened. I said I didn't know what kind of spell, and that is true.
Fuck you both.
I
No way, dude. Get the
You're
fuck
still
out of
being
here. What do you think? I'm
deceptive.
fucking 8 years old.
Genuinely.
No. This isn't a mechanical. You're not under a fucking thing where you can loophole through it. This is a person doing their own insight check on you.
Okay, and genuinely, I thought he was up here because we just appeared in the lobby. But if this was from a week ago, I genuinely am not actually sure what we did. Is it something
He's
from the arena
talking
or?
about how we teleported.
No, it's the lost
No,
second.
he said
when we
some sort of
vanished.
teleportation
Yeah.
magic. Yeah, we vanished in the lobby.
Yeah, it's
and then
100% the
Yeah.
lost.
For
thing.
everyone,
yeah.
it's been a
Right,
week.
right,
You
right.
went forward.
Right. Okay, then never mind.
I will
Yeah.
still. I'll make
I
a
was
roll,
gen-
but
I was
I am
genuinely
genuinely. I think
confused.
Alinus is going. I don't know of a spell because I don't know how the lost second works. I genuinely have no idea. So I'm not. Gonna
I'll
be able
let
to
you
make
make a deception check with advantage.
a statement. Okay. It's still gonna be shit because my deception skill is terrible, but I'll give it a try.
I'll see,
I'm
never
just
know.
like shriveling behind them, shrieking, trying to make myself as small as possible, and
That's
also
a
we hear the stomach gurgling happening, the bibbles.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You know what? He is. It's kind of watching you all suddenly come up with like, just say varying things. Then his eyes settle on Tooth as Tooth does this kind of like
Do I?
vaguely obvious show of shrinking, or at least tries to shrink away. He says,
Again, you are not in any trouble necessarily, but if your magic is powerful enough to circumvent and or disrupt our ancient sigils, and we fail to register it, it could lead to disaster further down the line. This law is as old as the tower itself. If at least one of you does not come with me, then you will all be breaking the law.
Alinus crouches down, just to try and make sure that like our eye lines are even, and says, I want to be very clear. We're not trying to break any laws or, in fact, disrupt your, I don't know, would you say investigation? Or, well, I don't know the right word that you would use for this kind of situation. It's very new to us, but I'm not trying to be disruptive. None of us are. We're just not really sure what happened.
Okay, which one of you would have the best guess? Are any of
regardless,
you
I think we'd
registered
like to go
mages?
together, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
My eyes go really wide, like, are you crazy?
You all want to come?
I don't think any of us
Okay,
wants to come, but
Listen.
It's fine by me.
I'm
It's a bit more
gonna,
paperwork, but
I'm gonna crouch down close to the guy and say, "Listen, we offended some not very nice people back in Felsenhort, and the truth is, we were kind of concerned they might be following us. So I don't really want to go anywhere without being able to keep an eye on my friends. So can they tag along with me?"
yes, I at least one of you needs to give the statement so that we can register it. That is all. You may all come along. It may take significantly longer because I think I'd probably have to take a statement from each of you, but that would be fine. And then,
okay, well,
then we
I'm
can
like
get you
sweating,
back
my
to
eyes are
enjoying
bulging.
the amusements.
All right. Well, we
Might
don't
I
want to drag
suggest
it out.
something?
Okay. Well, you need to remember we got to go pay for the horses, and I don't want to. And if this is going to take a long time, I don't want to risk that. So how about I
Why
just go
don't
get?
I go pay for the horses?
It might be a good idea for one of you or the remaining party members to pop down to the stable. As I understand it, the missing horse situation was linked to this, yes? They were your horses? They
They
vanished at precisely
went
the same
missing?
time as you.
Yeah, they
There's
were
a
ours.
missing horse situation.
There were 2 horses at a pony, as I understand it.
if I could make a suggestion,
Of course.
we won these sending stones in a the arena last week.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. It was very difficult. Why don't I go with Bent Teaspoon to the stables? And Brula, why don't you stay with Rio and we take a sending stone and make sure that we can contact each other?
Okay.
Sure, that works.
Bent
All right,
Teaspoon,
I'll
do you
go-
have indigestion? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
All right.
Thanks.
And you
for
say this won't
asking.
take long?
It shouldn't take too long.
Okay, great, because I really wanted to see the spa, and Brula gives is he a Gesto?
Yeah.
She just narrows her eyes at him.
Oh, my apologies. Again, I kind of thought that perhaps you were traveling adventurers based on the pieces that I was able to figure out myself. I thought that at least one of you would have been perhaps a high-level mage, and this was a spell, and that you were maybe extremely adept. But if it is something
I
that
think
you're a
it's
little
quite clear that's not true.
right, so it might take a little longer, just because you might not be sure what happened to you, but let's get to that where we take this statement. Again, we're just going to go over the story. Nothing needs to be done more than that. We just write it down. That my superiors will be happy and you could go back to getting in the spa.
All right.
That'd be great.
Well, let's go take care of business then. All right. We'll see you two later.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
And
Don't
I
forget your
lean-
sending stones.
I lean over to Rio and I whisper, look after her, please.
Right. This will be a little bit awkward, but my familiar, my little invisible assistant, is still hovering here, and I'm assuming since this guy hasn't mentioned a fifth person or looked up at her or said anything, that he doesn't just magically know. And she's telepathic, right? So I'm going to relay my thoughts to her, to Alinus, and just say, Sylvia, I need you to relay thoughts very quickly. Do I tell them the truth? And Alinus, you would just hear probably a foreign voice in your head you've not heard before. Maybe you would immediately piece together that it is my little friend, but
I think, would she
Rio's
tell me
asking-
that it was you asking that?
yeah, she'd say, Rio's asking if he should tell them the truth or try to make something up.
Okay. I think I would, at the very least, I would just accept that this is you communicating with me, even if my brain would not immediately go, oh, it's obviously Sylvia. I will respond by thinking, I suppose, and hope that that's how it works. I tell them as much of the truth as you can without revealing too much, because we were told not to trust anyone, and I think that still stands.
Right. you see me look physically pained. Like, okay, that means I have from now till I get to that station to make up some sort of believable story that is close to the truth that they will accept, other than this
I'm
artifact did it.
thinking very, very loudly and hoping she's still listening to my thoughts. Half-truths, Rio, half-truths.
She's probably yelling the same thing in my ear. Half-truths, Rio. You're gonna have to come up with half-truths. Right, okay. And I'm trying to keep a straight face as I follow the
think-
guy now.
My eyes are darting between Rio and Allie, and Rio's looking almost constipated and strained, and then back to Allie, and then I go, maybe the two of you should go together. And Brula and I can go deal with the horses.
I mean, it doesn't matter who comes along. I try to play it off as casually as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, whoever wants to tag along. Doesn't matter. Or I could go by myself, and you three can just go do the horse thing.
Brula is just trying her best to look annoyed that this guy is like ruining their plans.
He doesn't give a
Like-
fuck. He is.
Yeah.
This is so routine for him. He's just standing there, tapping his foot, watching you all.
Okay. I mean, I can go with Rio, but you have to stay in contact.
Yeah, of
Why
course.
Why wouldn't we? We will. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Then I guess let's get this done.
Okay.
Brilla shoots another look at what did he say what his name was?
Yeah, Quill.
Quill, that's right, with all the quills. She shoots another look at Quill and then says, okay, Ben Teaspoon, I'm ready when you are.
Yeah. Let's go.
Very well. Good day. If you two could just follow me, we're gonna go this way.
Okay.
Who's taking the sending stones?
Just one each, right? We got 4 of them.
I think
we only got 2.
I think so.
Yeah, you
Oh.
have 2 of them.
So I will keep one in my pocket and then give one to, I guess, Brula, because I'd be aware that you can do message if you have to,
Okay.
in theory.
Yeah, I'm good. I can do it with my. I can do it myself.
With my mind. Yes, I'll take one and.
Well,
reveal
message you have to be
Brula.
able to see the person.
Oh, yeah, that's
Sending
right.
stones
Okay.
is a mobile phone
Okay, well,
with one number in.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's what I have, though. I don't have message. I
Oh,
have
what do you have?
whatever it is of like, yeah.
What do you have?
I can look in just a second. Sorry.
Okay, so Linus has
I
got one and
immediately
Brula's
started
having the other,
standing
though. I'm just going to drag it onto your sheets.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're actually going to follow the other two. I think, unless PB's actually
Ooh,
AFK.
okay.
I don't know what is happening.
We're
Did you-
following us.
I'm here.
Yeah,
Okay.
do you need to leave?
No, I was just standing up to stretch, but it's fine.
Hmm.
I thought we were going with them, so I took the opportunity to stretch.
Yes, Soz. Quill takes the other two upstairs, all the way up to the top floor of the tower. But we follow you as you presumably head downstairs one flight to the stables. You're going straight to the stables, or are you going to try and find your guy?
No, stables.
Probably
Stables for
stables,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You eventually, it takes you a little while because it is the middle of the day. It's about 2-3 in the afternoon, and you are heading down through the hustle and bustle of the amusement park, basically, as you move from the Glassleaf Inn all the way around down towards where the stairs are and then back down. There is a stairway near the entrance. There are two very huge, great big staircases. One that's at the sort of the north east and one at the southeast.
If
Yeah.
it's okay, I think Brula would want to take her time a little bit with
Okay.
this walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
she
think
kind
the
of
first thing that I say is like, do you think Allie thinks that we can't do it? That's why she wanted to come with me and then Rio go with you?
no. I think she just wants to be there for everyone all the time. At once. You know, she gives a lot of herself. I think she would have been worried not going with either one of us.
Yeah, it would make me really sad if I thought that she didn't think I could handle a couple of horses.
Oh, no. I'm certain
well,
it wasn't
I
that.
cannot. Okay.
No, I think you're doing great with the horses.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Good. For a second there, I thought they were going to make us all go up to the 4th floor. The administrator, I can't go there. I used to work there. They'll know me immediately. Bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, admittedly, I'm glad I got this opportunity to walk with you. I hope you don't mind. There's something I've been meaning to tell you.
Oh, sure. I love walking with you, Brula.
And perhaps it was, you can see that she's shaking. It was maybe just because I felt just a few moments ago like I didn't want to keep lying. Because I feel like that's all I've been doing for the past,
no.
for traveling and to, it's not just to other people. I haven't been entirely truthful with you. And she pulls back her sleeve and she shows you, Toof. I've had this for a while. And as far as I know, and as far as Linus knows, it's not contagious. At least not contagious yet. But I just told Rio as well. And I've been meaning to tell both of you.
Oh.
And she, she does her best to console you in this moment. Because I already know you've got the bibbles. And I didn't want to make it any worse. But I want you to know that I believe there's a cure. I believe it's out there.
And I reach out my clawed hand, just hovering it above the marks on your arm. And I look up to you with wide eyes. a little glassy. We just have to use the lost second. We could just use the lost second right now, and we could go forward in time when they already have the cure, and then you'd be fine. That's all we have to do.
I don't know if it would work that way.
Of course it would work that way. We have a time machine. We have to use it to save you if we can save you, which we can do.
We don't even know how to use the lost second.
I don't care. I will figure it out. I will march right back up to the administrative and I'll tell them everything, and surely someone in Sunador knows how to use it.
I appreciate your optimism, Tooth. I'm not sure if we can do that, but maybe I would be open to it. I'm not... I just don't know if we can control the lost seconds that way. But here's what got me thinking. Maybe if they can record, and her voice gets low, if they can record such powerful magic within these walls, maybe they are to be trusted. Maybe we can actually show them the lost second and tell them the truth. Because maybe this whole world is not our enemy. We've been running for so long. Maybe we can actually confide in someone, you know, and say this is something that we don't understand, but maybe if we have someone who can record that kind of magic, maybe it's not worth running away from. But I'm saying this also as someone who has been infected and maybe a bit desperate. It's also one reason I've been saying yes to everything, because I don't know. When we were at the end of time, I was thinking, maybe I'm not going to see that far in the future, ever. But I would love more time. I would love as much time as I can possibly get.
We have it. We have all the time. We have it all. We just need to figure out how to use it.
Yeah.
I don't want anything bad to happen to you, Brula.
Thanks, too. I don't want that either. I don't want that for any of us. And I think that's one reason I was so scared to talk about it in the first place. But we were at the Healers Guild for a while, and we did learn that right now it's in a stage where we can somewhat predict it. So
has it been the
thank
whole
you for
time?
hearing me out.
That I've known you, I mean? Have you always had it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And as far as I know, it's not at a contagious stage.
Oh, I don't care, Brula.
I do. I'm so scared for the moment that it starts becoming worse, and then I have to quarantine. You know, it feels a bit like a ticking time bomb. And then she, looks like the last second. Like this also feels like a ticking bomb. One that we can't control. And I'm telling you this also a bit more for my own comfort as well, so I don't want to make you scared or afraid.
I'm not
just scared. So that you also... Okay, good. Just so that you have the same knowledge that I do about this. You know everything that I know.
I'm not scared, Brula. I'm gonna figure this out.
Okay, good.
Do you mind? And I'll kind of hold my hand out for the last second.
No, of course not. And she pulls it out, places it in your hand.
I pull out Alden's goggles and I'm gonna use my time. Let's just wait here for a second. The horses can wait 10 more minutes.
Where are you?
I think we're in probably the hallway.
Yeah, I'm envisioning some dark stone hallway that, maybe there's some torches, but nothing too crazy.
All right,
Yeah,
roll me
don't
a
imagine
d20.
Sure. I also have, just a reminder, the spell going on the lost second to make it seem not magical. Okay, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Oh, there we go. 11.
11. Okay. Yeah, so give me the investigation check.
Okay.
Just one of us or both of us?
Goggles. Old
Yeah.
Old Goggles
Old
McGee
Goggles.
there.
Goggling.
Once per day. Okay. And does it appear broken to me, Brad?
Let me pull up my notes on this very particular
You
item.
have advantage on this roll as well. Thank goodness. 15.
When you say broken, what do you mean? Like it's been broken recently, or it's always been broken?
It's always been broken, because I wonder if that's why I can't figure out why it's working. 'Cause one of the things I can do with the goggles is fix it.
Yeah. You are aware of the fact that this thing is not fully functional or functioning. It is unstable more than broken, but it isn't doing what it's supposed to do because of that instability. So
Yeah,
broken,
that I remember.
yeah, broken wouldn't be the way that I don't want to describe it that way and then you think it's like that's the thing. It is built exactly how it was supposed to be built, but it's unstable because the way that it was built was either built by someone who didn't know what they were doing or didn't finish it properly, or left it in this state of instability. It isn't necessarily broken, but its functionality is being affected by this instability.
Yeah. I remember
and
that from the first time I looked at it.
specifically, what are you trying to figure out with this intelligence check?
If there's a way, so I've studied this lost second a couple times with this ability. So I guess now I'm just trying to see if there's like a puzzle almost. If I can't figure out how to control how far we go, either that or I, as PB, know that the lost second says it can be attuned up to 5 people. I would like to either know if I can control time or if I can figure out if it's attuned to someone else and someone else is following us through time.
You can figure out who it's attuned to, yes. You can see that it is attuned to you, plus horse, plus 1. Brula, plus 1. Rio, plus 1. Linus, plus 1. And no one else. There is an open spot.
Why would you do that? Oh my god, my heart.
Holy crap,
my
Lynn, I
God.
almost shit my pants.
It was one of those moments as a GM where you go, God, that would be good though.
They've just been following us through time.
I'm
Yeah.
tempted because that would be cool as fuck. No. It is. There is an open spot which is for you to use as you wish, if you wish. You never know. You might have picked up a nice
Holy
NPC
shit,
on
we
the
could
travel.
bring somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So yeah, there
then,
is an open spot,
if he
and that
hadn't
open spot also
died.
has a +1. Yeah. It's probably why it was that way.
Yeah.
And was there another question in there? Did you say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, if I can figure out if I could just get more information on how it works. Like, can I figure out that if I twist it a certain way or something like that, it goes forward a certain way, or any sign on how to use it?
I think you can figure out that no, that isn't the case. This isn't an like a puzzle, or it's not a thing where you can turn it and turn it and turn it and it opens up and a little ballerina comes out and, transforms the device. It seems to have been created in this way very specifically. And it is, you sort of figured out last time that it is a bit like a Faraday cage kind of thing. It's containing the energy within it. So there is a Vianthrosite gem in there, which is the thing that provides the arcane magitech element to anything that it's tinkered into. It's a bit like a battery, and it kind of just gives it the energy. This thing has additional energy. There is kind of a glowing purple energy moving through this thing. That energy is like being held in place by the it is called something. It is an armillary sphere, which is an astronomical instrument consisting of spherical framework of rotating rings representing celestial longitude, latitude, and key planar circles, which you understand with this 15. So that's
my main class at Final Fantasy 14. Just
what is
throwing it out there? That's the weapon that class uses. Is an astrolabe type thing.
Yeah,
anyway,
the armillary sphere. Yeah, you can.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
brought
You're
the
allowed
nerd
to.
out.
No, it's literally in there because it's, if you look at Final Fantasy 9, on the logo that's in the game when it comes up, there's a random armillary sphere in the background for no reason. It just looks really fucking cool, and I was like, that's in this now. So there you go.
It's so good.
It makes sense. That's what
okay.
they do. But it's holding an enormous amount of power in there. If you literally were to stop this thing and open it, it would kill absolutely everyone on the entire island.
Question.
Yeah.
Does it look like, because you said it looks like there's a Vianthrosite in there. I'm wondering if I've ever seen anything similar to it before. Like, does it look like a soul stone?
Roll me, I guess roll me a history check.
Okay. Sorry, you have to bear with me while my claws click through. Well,
there doesn't appear to be a soul stone in this thing. It's
it doesn't
exclusively
look
made
similar
with,
either. Okay.
with varying different metals, high quality metals, adamantine, mithril, orichalcum, and there's a Vianthrosite element to it, but no soulstone element to it.
And I take the goggles off, and it's probably the first time that you see me being not gentle with any of the objects that I'm holding. I kind of just very frustrated quickly take off the goggles, and while I put them somewhat gently back into my bag, I'm still a little bit, frustrated, and then I hold out the last second for you with my hand, like I'm just gonna put my claws are on top, so I'm kind of like covering it from the random passerby if there were any, and I hand it back to you. I will figure it out. Brula. Don't worry.
I believe you will. And she takes it and kind of looks at it. I just don't know why we were entrusted with this in the first place. It almost feels like fate, And she puts it back. Odd to have something so powerful.
Yeah.
And almost like it doesn't mean anything. I mean, we just lost a whole week. What if we start losing years? Decades. We've already been to the end of time. I hope we can figure it out sooner rather than later, because we could just be lost to time and not come back.
I guess I hadn't thought of it that way, but now I think I understand more what Rio meant. Because I don't think we've lost anything. At least not time. It went on without us, but it's not like you lost time that you would be experiencing life.
That's true.
You're just experiencing a different period of life.
Yeah.
I mean, there's friendships and relationships that we will inevitably leave behind. But
That's what I'm thinking. It's almost like we're not losing the time, but we're losing the era of our life. You know, the ones that we had the foundation in. If we lose that, will we be able to hold on to ourselves? I guess I've been thinking about this a lot. You know, with cheap gestures to this and all. And I just don't want to lose too much of that.
I guess I understand that. That's a good question. I don't think I can afford to believe that my foundation, everything that makes me me, is reliant on one particular time or place. And because if I do, then that means that where we are right now is my foundation. And while we're here right now, for a brief moment in time, I can never come here again. And then that means I'm already lost. But if I look at it like it's just my foundation, it got me here. And Elsenhort and the guild and you and the Lost Second, that's all things that were built on top of that foundation. I'm making my own tower. I'm making my own sun and Tor. And it's precious and different. And maybe the Lost Second takes us 50, 100 years. I want to see that sun and Tor. I would like to see what we've done together, I guess.
You both
Maybe
roll me
see the
stealth
impact.
checks, please.
Sure.
Oh,
God, I'm so scared.
ooh. Brula is not speaking quietly. Stealth check, you said?
Mm-hmm.
18.
My dice aren't rolling.
Okay. We can't even trust what it landed on. You got that trusty actual D20 in your hand?
I do.
Roll it.
I'm just gonna
What I tell you, huh?
Hey!
I knew
give
this
her
was
a
coming.
roll. Okay, well, let me make sure I got the right one. I always forget which one. Here it is. Here it is.
The
Okay.
big one.
It's the big
Right.
one.
Big money. Big money. 18.
Okay, plus whatever your stealth modifier is on your sheet.
3, so 21.
Damn, girls. Okay,
21.
passive perception scores, please. That'll be the number next to your perception on the right. So not the
Passive
plus. It's like a little
perception.
the little
14.
number.
10.
14 and 10. Tooth, there's someone in this alleyway with you, or something.
But like behind me?
Depends how you're standing. I mean, you guys, I'm guessing, are just inside the alleyway because you were probably dipping into it off of one of the main thoroughfares. So I would say if your back is to the deeper side of this alleyway, then yeah. Further into this alleyway, there is another
Then-
presence.
Yeah, I think Brula, for the first time, I touch you. I touch your hand because I was holding the Lost Second, and you went out to grab it, and I think I just very gently touch your hand and put your hand in the Lost Second down, and like back
Brula
towards your
stops
bag.
talking. She's like, and I was thinking,
There's someone else here. Play it cool, because we're the cool kids.
it's cool, kids. Yeah, we are. And she is doing a poor job at hiding her excitement of you touching her hand.
I think that we should go check on the horses, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you go ahead. If I'm only
Okay.
doing this if I feel like the presence is behind me, where I'm kind of like holding my hand out for her to go a little bit in front of me.
Yeah, they're probably hungry. I'm gonna go give them some apples or maybe find some kind of fruit for them.
And then I turn and I look down the alleyway as
Yeah,
I look over my
perception check.
shoulders. Sorry?
Perception check, please. And you have dark vision, right?
Yes. I have dark vision.
You looking as well? You can look too.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I have to roll again. My dice are not working. I'm gonna just refresh this and then
Yeah,
roll.
just try a good old-fashioned refresh.
Oh, okay, just log me out.
That's probably good, to be honest.
That's probably
Refreshing
why,
the
yeah.
thing.
We coming back in. Boop.
You want to roll a real dice, and I'll just tell you what your
Yeah.
perception is. It's
I know my
plus a 0.
I don't know my modifier. I think it's that's a 4. My modifier is 0 on perception, by the way. So I'm.
Yeah, you just see darkness. Maybe you're like already out of the alleyway as you're being pushed by Tooth.
Yeah.
Tooth, you have dark vision to what extent? How far?
Let me look. I just imagine it's whatever it is for a gnome or whatever, cave dweller.
It's probably 60, but I don't know
60
what we
feet.
did.
Yeah. Sorry, it says dark vision. You have dark vision with a range of 60 feet.
Yeah. In that case, yeah, you look into the alleyway. There is like you can see the other end of the alleyway, quite a distance away. It's maybe like 70 feet away, and you can see people moving across the alleyway, causing all of these shadows and things like that. There are things in the alleyway, boxes and discarded rubbish. But for the most part, you had this alleyway entirely to yourselves. You would have, when you first came in, did a little scan, I'm sure. So there wouldn't have been anyone in there at that point. As you like look back very casually and look down into this alleyway, you see no one. You glance up, you see no one. You glance down and recognize right at the very end of the alley is nothing more than a single cat with one eye, licking its paw over its head, and then it just sort of trundles on.
And that means nothing to me. So I just blink and turn around, even though I'm screaming on the inside.
Okay.
And I walk with Mula to the horses.
Yeah, you get to the stables on the first floor, right next to where the entrance to Sonnator is, and it's very busy. It's a packed out entranceway with a lot of people that are joining the queue and attempting to register their own animals and things like that. You have to join a queue for a little while, and then eventually you are greeted by the little guesto there, who I believe his name was Hoofpick. I'm having to jump around a lot of notes today. Hoofpick, yes, very, very small little guesto in this kind of themed window front. It looks like he's sort of sitting inside of a barn from the outside, very cartoonishly painted onto a wall. And as you walk up, he looks up and says, "Hello."
Hello. Hello.
Welcome to... you've been here before, right?
Yes.
Oh, the dwarf.
Yes.
Yeah, hello.
The dwarf. Hang on. I'm supposed to call someone about you. Hello.
No, that's... Quill already came.
Oh, yeah,
so-
that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Two
Okay.
of our party are with Quill, and we're here to take care of the horses.
Oh, yeah, you're the ones whose horses vanished?
That's right.
Yeah.
Wizardry stuff.
It was an accident.
It happens. Since we didn't have to care for the horses, it's kind of a loophole. We didn't have to actually stable them, but they did reappear in a stable with another horse, and there was a bit of a scuffle between the very large horse and then whichever one was in there with the other one. But
I lean in. My eyes are wide.
both of the horses are fine.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but who won?
The big one.
Apollo, probably. Yeah, it was definitely
Apollo.
Apollo.
Rio will want to know.
Yeah.
They
We have a
reappeared
proud papa moment.
maybe an hour ago, so that scuffle is over and your horses have been restabled. However, you will need to pay for another day.
Yeah, why don't we go
You
ahead
paid
and,
for two.
and pay for two?
Would you like the basic package or elite package?
They'll
I have
probably
a
just
moment.
basic.
I have a moment where I look blankly to Brula and I realize that a lettuce should have come with us. Because I have no memory of what package that we got. I looked to her like, oh God, I feel like Rio said the basic would be fine. Is that right? But
Yeah, the basic is totally okay.
All right. Very
Brula
good
does
then.
not remember and just
Yeah.
goes with the basic being like, that's fine.
And you want 2 days?
yes, please.
Okay, that's 80 gold pieces, please.
Okay.
I feel
Jingles
like
out
I should
some-
insight that, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna do it.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I
I'll
feel
take-
like I should insight that. I'm pretty sure that was the price though. It was 10 gold pieces per day for the basic package, 4 horses. You want 2 days.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
That's good.
Okay.
So, I guess in order to pay for this, do we take it out of the group or do we take it
Yeah.
out of like, okay,
Yeah.
the party?
Who has the bag of holding with all the random new stuff in?
Who do have the bag of
You can
holding?
just make it up now. I don't care that much, but you never know. Technically, the party's split, so who knows? Maybe
Yeah, I
you'll get
don't-
attacked by a troll.
I don't think I have it. If
Oh.
anybody else has the bag of
Yeah.
holding.
Rio,
I
Alright,
Allie.
we'll say Rio.
we care?
I reached into the bag to pay at the front counter, but I don't know if I kept the bag or if I was borrowing it from someone else.
If nobody wants it, I feel like I would perfectly have a lovely bag of holding at all times. For
I mean,
my
Yes.
collection.
if you want to say that you have it just so you can guarantee that
Canon.
you can pay for this. It
No,
makes
I-
sense
then
that there was a
I
scene where
probably-
Rio's like, oh, you need this with all the cash in it. The cash
yeah,
bag.
Yeah.
I probably paid for the front counter at the hotel, but then when you said you were off to go get the horses, I would have just nonchalantly handed you the bag.
Okay.
Okay, so you're taking it out of that bag?
Yeah.
There's not enough money in it for the
Oh,
full time.
no.
No.
Let's have a look. What do you got in there?
There's 75.
Oh,
golden.
75. So you pull 75 out of the bag.
Oh, I'll just pay for 5.
Okay. So you mark off 5 from your character sheet. Take the 75 out of the bag of holding, which is now the party inventory that you guys have been using.
Thanks, Poof. I owe you.
Oh no, it's no
I mean,
problem
Ben
at all.
Teaspoon. That's retcon, by the way.
Oh shit! Did you just use my name? It's fine, and I responded
So you guys
to
have
it
done
without
that a
thinking
couple
about
of times.
it. Oh, no
Um,
problem.
And yeah, I guess we can roll the dice for hoof pick, see how smart he is. I'll add a -1 to that.
Damn.
Pretty good roll, but I don't think he cares that much. And yeah, he signs up all the stuff that he did before. It lets you know what the situation is. They're underneath level 1 in a kind of open basement area, huge artificial field basically, and says,
All right, enjoy your stay at Sonentor, the home of amusement. Laugh
Joy
and
and
fun.
fun.
Joy and fun.
Joy and fun.
Bye.
Hi.
Who's next?
let's flip.
Flip.
Liberty
flip,
flop. Quill leads you two away from the Glassleaf Inn and up towards where the other two probably went down to the south entrance or exit downwards. He leads you up towards the stairway, which is the huge great stairs in the northeastern side of the tower. He's pretty quiet as he moves along. Every now and then someone kind of nods to him. A couple of Sonnen guards nod to him as he moves past, and he nods back. He takes you up the stairs and out of the kind of amusement area, which for you guys will be the first time you would have seen a different level that doesn't sort of look like the first two levels. Up and onto the third floor. You're only really given a brief glimpse of it as he continues up the enormous stairway. But you sort of have this moment of looking at a quieter, more organized set of sprawling streets and levels within the level. It's the home of lots of industries and the industry titans of Sonnentor. There's a lot of warehouses and things here. But he kind of just leads you onwards and upwards to the fourth and smallest floor, which is the appraisal and administration level. You wouldn't normally have access to this. As you get up to that floor, there is a huge amount of Sonnenguard, lots of small Gesto robed in black with weapons. They stop for a moment. There's a back and forth with Quill, sort of explaining what is going on. There's a clearance moment, and then they kind of just let him in. It doesn't seem too intense, but you know, you get the sense that if you had just wandered up, they probably wouldn't have let you in casually. It is not too dissimilar to the third floor. It's a lot more different to the first two floors. A lot more quiet, a lot more calm. The people are moving away from each other and in a sort of orderly fashion because of Gesto culture. They don't generally want to run the risk of running into each other or touching each other and, you know, mistakenly touching things. So just a natural order to the way that they move on this level. And you fall into line behind Quill as he shuffles along with his coat dragging along the ground. The sort of gold and polished stone walls of the first two levels are replaced with a more sort of traditional thick mason sandstone. It isn't very glitzy and glamoury, but it is also, its style is still quite beautiful, a little more rustic. It's kind of old archaic etchings. There are images and glyphs on certain blocks as you move past them. Some of the areas glow with the arcane runes that you would have seen on the outside, and while you can't see them on the first two floors, you can actually see them on the inside on these floors. There are these are the runes that protect the tower from threats like you saw, and all sorts of varying stabilizing structural things as well. The streets are a lot more open, but it's a much smaller floor. While the scale of it is still huge, you get the sense the ceiling's much lower and the outer walls are much closer as this tower kind of tapers up towards the top. And Quill just leads you through part of the appraisal quarter. You see lots of quite nicely dressed Gesto behind nicely reserved windows working quietly, and you're led towards a building that is reserved for law, and it is an enormous sort of seemingly singular cube of sandstone, as if it was carved into the out of a rock or something that was just here. It just seems to go from floor to ceiling, and it seems like a perfect cube, but absolutely huge, very brutish, and but there are lots and lots of windows and doors that run around this thing. It is surrounded by an enormous amount of Sonnenguard, and they're coming and going. You also see lots of Gesto officials. You see lots of sort of civilian-looking Gesto moving in and out. A handful of people are sort of taller folk or different species, but for the most part, you're moving through a lot of Gesto up here. Again, there's an entranceway where Quill stops to speak to someone and then is allowed in. You follow him in, and you move into a very large-looking foyer, many desks, lots of Sonnenguard, more officials, more civilians waiting to be seen. You see some handcuffed criminals kind of littering varying parts of the hallway, but it still seems quite civil and quiet, even for like a, you know, a classic police precinct entranceway. A lot of hushed voices and shuffling feet. The Gesto still observing each other's distances, even if they're criminals for the most part here. Some of them are insane and don't, but for the most part it seems to be so ingrained in their culture. And this is a bit of a culture shock from the two lower levels, and maybe Felsenhort and some of the other places that you will have been and been brought up in. It's much different.
It's probably just a culture shock to humans and elves in general.
Yeah.
to the point where I'm probably leaning over to Linus and saying, "Their criminals are awfully well behaved here."
Yeah, that doesn't happen back home.
Quill leads you through the foyer and into a sort of a rear hallway, through some quite simple looking darkly lit areas, up a set of stairs, and then through another hallway with a kind of a liminal space here with repeating looking interview rooms with desks and chairs within. Not cells, but you know, that a similar setup to what we would have in like the modern area, where there's just these rooms with desks and chairs. No two-way glass or anything, but that kind of a vibe. And you're looking one after the other. Eventually Quill stops about halfway down the hallway, and then opens one of the doors and gestures for you to step inside.
Can I ask, I don't remember if our like costume rings that we had, were they disabled?
They disable as soon as you get to the 3rd floor.
Okay.
Yeah, they
so
only
I was going
work
to say,
on floor
if they
1
don't
and 2.
disable, I think I would consciously disable it anyway, because I would want to be seen in my armor.
Yeah, that just kind of, they just kind of like fade out as you get up from the 2nd to 3rd floor. There was probably a moment as you went up to them that Quill looked back and you saw maybe a tiny little curl at the edge of his mouth as your costumes faded away and you were, you returned to your classic looks. Is probably something that he observes a lot. He steps up onto that. He steps in front of the room, opens it, and sort of gestures for you two to step in before him.
Okay.
Sure. Yep, I'll just step on in.
He moves in behind you comfortably, closes the door softly, and then sort of gestures towards the desk here. There's chairs on either side of it, 2 chairs on the side closest to the door and 2 chairs on the side furthest away from the door. It's kind of a square looking table, maybe about 5 or so feet by 5 feet. Simple looking wooden chairs, simple looking table, simple walls. However, on the table on the furthest side, there are 2 circular sigils in front of the chairs, kind of etched into the table. And he says,
If you wouldn't mind, you need to sit on the opposite side there. It is customary for safety that we ask you to place your hands on the desk inside of the indicated sigil circle there. You may wear gloves if you wish.
What do the
Sure.
sigils do?
It's harmless, but it will hold your hands in place. Though you can
Okay.
move them around within the bubble for comfort, it will also limit your magical abilities should you have any.
Understood. I'll sit down and put my hands in the circle.
yeah, you two sit down, put your hands inside the sigil, and there's an immediate sensation of sort of a gravitational pull on your hands and wrists. The sigil lights up a little bit, and a very clear looking bubble appears around your hands and wrists. As you sort of try and move your hands around, you'll find that you can move them apart. They feel very heavy, but you can move them to sit more comfortably on the table, but trying to move them outside of where the circle of the sigil is doesn't work. The bubble goes in and out of the table. You can lift your hands up almost as high as you think you can reach, but it's kind of almost as if there's a column of energy that's holding your hands inside of
That's
the
weird.
sigil circle and then inside of a bubble.
It's a very strange spell.
Yeah.
Yes, I have no idea how it works. Though I would love to get one of these tables for myself, I must say.
Oh.
That's an odd kink, but you do you.
Yes, it's not much of a kink, really. If you'll excuse me one moment, I will go and just inform everybody that the interview process is about to begin, who we have here, and then we can just begin. It won't be too long. Thank you for your cooperation.
And he
Of course.
steps towards the door, opens it, glances back at your hands and wrists, steps out, closes the door softly again, leaving you two in there for a few moments.
I immediately want to look around the room.
Yeah, okay. What are you looking for?
I just want to know if there's any sign that someone might be watching or listening, or like, do they have any magic that I might see that would indicate that somebody could be listening to us talking? I'm not obviously going to be too forthright with Rio in the room, but just in case.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
All right. My Arcana's not very strong, but we'll give it a go. No, that's a 3.
It looks a lot like a really normal room.
Okay.
The chairs feel like normal chairs. The desk feels like a normal desk. It feels like if you wanted to, you could probably push the desk, even with your elbows, if you tried wobbling it a little bit. The arcane sigil that is holding your hands in place is obviously a significant arcane sigil, and you do get that sensation, both of you as casters, of a sort of a slight, it's not maybe a disconnect, but it's as if your magic is far away, it's further away.
Right.
So attempting to cast might be possible, it might just take you longer. So something that takes, like an instant cast might take 60 seconds. A 60 second might take 10 minutes. A 10 minute might take 30. It's that kind of a sensation. Rather than it being a full anti-magic thing, it's like an extreme dulling of your magical abilities. Other than that, it really does just seem like a normal room, but it's very plain. It's just simple plain walls from floor to ceiling. Quite a low roof. It's probably only about 10 feet to the ceiling in here. The door looks quite like a normal door, but when you did open it, it was quite thick and quite heavy looking for Quill to open up. Otherwise, a pretty standard looking room. Your instincts might sort of tell you this doesn't feel so much like a cell or anything like that. It really does feel like an interview room where they have a precautionary sigil on the table, but it's an extremely magical tower. There's a lot of hidden stuff going on. You've seen sigils all over the place. There's no telling whether there is some other way to view in here. There's so many different types of scrying magics and things like that, but your initial assessment is that it doesn't really feel like that.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything, Brio? Wait
No,
patiently?
I think I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah.
I might lean over to Alinus and say, I wonder if they leave people in here hoping that, they'll catch them trying to get their story straight.
Probably.
It'd be pretty clever if they could hear through the walls.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we have nothing to hide. Not really.
No, I'm just gonna tell them the truth about the Queen and where she sometimes drags me back to, and how much I appreciate you guys coming with me.
That's fair.
There's a rattling at the door immediately. You're really only left in here for 30 seconds to a minute, maybe. The door slides open softly and quietly, and behind the door you see Quill again. He walks in, he closes the door softly behind him, looks at the two of you, and then moves over to stand behind one of the chairs. He is not particularly tall exactly, but he sort of stands behind one of the chairs with his neck and head up and above and over the chair, and that's when his illusion drops. The Gesto form grows a few feet. His cloak behind him shifts from that brown cloak into a mid-length black looking kind of noble jacket. His head shifts from a gestoed beaked form into a human form. There is a black top hat that kind of just seems to pop up out of his head, banded in white, materializing above his brow. Black ink seems to run out of his eyes and spread across his face into a sort of set of clown-lined makeup. He has white gloves that reveal in one of them a magically glowing red gem atop a cane. As this illusion deactivates, its glow reverts back to a dull crimson, and he looks at the two of you, this human standing before you, and says, "Well, hello. Perhaps we might get to know one another before you run off. My name's Nisus, and I've been looking for you just about everywhere."
I'm Rio. Nice to meet you.
I'm Alinus.
Alinus, the Shield Maiden,
That's the one.
the runaway.
Well, runaway is a strong word, but yes.
And what about you, warrior? Did you run away? What was that business all about?
Me? Run? What? When?
You vanished for a very long time. No one was worried.
Oh, that. No, that certainly wasn't me running. I didn't have a choice in the matter. I was, It's a long story.
Yes, I don't care. Unless it has anything to do with my item. As I understand, you have something that belongs to me, and I'm wondering if perhaps I could just nab that back off of you, and I'll be out of your hair.
I kind of glance over towards Alinus before saying anything. And think about it for a second and say, well, you know we're not supposed to do that. Why do you want it?
Well, it's mine. I paid for it. I commissioned it. And I don't understand really why Alden didn't deliver it, if I'm entirely honest. But I understand that you're adventurers, noble, or maybe not. And you're tasked with what exactly? Something to do with the Bloody Assembly, so they think it's important. But not too important because, and don't take this the wrong way, who are you? I've never heard of any of you.
Oh, trust me, I'm no offense taken. I'm also kind of wondering the same thing, why if something was truly earth-shatteringly important, why entrust it to us, lowly us? But if it's not that important, then why? But if it's not that important, what?
I think it's because they weren't entirely sure whether it was safe for someone else, someone more important.
Or they just weren't sure whether they should care or not, and they're hoping we'd get to the bottom of it.
Also true. Maybe we're cheaper.
Right. Well, that is a very strange pickle. Where is it?
I mean...
Again, I'll take it off of your hands. What do you want? Money? Items? Nice fancy sword or something? You're adventurers, right? A bag of holding, some sending stones?
You're a funny guy.
Thank you.
I don't dislike you. I can say that right away.
Great.
But
off to a great start.
But giving up the item can't come that easily, because we're not looking to gain something from it. We're just worried that it's dangerous, and releasing it could cause catastrophic levels of damage.
What do you mean by catastrophic levels of damage? Like a monster?
Perhaps. We're not sure. That's why we're trying to get to the bottom of it.
How are you going to get to the bottom of it? Didn't Alden tell you?
No.
He died before he could tell us.
Right, yes. You buggered off with it. Where did you go? How does it work? Did you go backwards or forwards?
We haven't a clue.
Oh.
Surely that has become obvious to you. We don't have any idea.
I will be truthful with you. If we knew how to operate it, you would never catch us. We would just disappear at a moment's notice and reappear wherever else and whenever else we wanted.
What have you been doing up until now, then?
It kind of does what it wants.
Oh, shit. Well, that's not good. Doesn't it come with, like, an instruction manual or something?
I wish.
Not that we've been able to find.
Well, what the bloody hell did Alden tell you about it?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, not much other than that we couldn't let you have it and that it's dangerous.
Couldn't let me have it. It's mine. I paid for it.
You're not really endearing yourself to us, though. You have to understand.
What do you
All
mean?
of this subterfuge and chasing after us and not just having a normal conversation, and people keep turning up dead, and you want us to just be like, here, have the item that we don't know how it works.
Right. First of all, I shall have you know, you ran off with my stuff. So, what am I supposed to think? I popped in, sent in the boys, go pick up my thing, they come back, all of these people attacked us, it was absolutely madness, and then they vanished. When I asked Alden what had happened, well, he had a heart attack or something, it was awful.
Right, understandable. Counterpoint, we showed up without much clue what was going on. Your boys jumped in, started attacking us, and killed Alden, so you can understand why we're a little iffy about trusting you when the first thing you did was have your minions attack us.
Well, I didn't have them attack you, they attacked you on their own. They're ruffians and street urchins and such. You know, I'm doing my best to look after them, to bring them up proper, but you know how it is. Troubled childhoods, or maybe you don't. Well, you must do, Shield Maiden. Right. Where is it? Can I look at it at least?
Alinus looks at Rio and just shrugs, like...
Not yet. No, I don't trust you enough to tell you that.
Hmm. Well, that's a shame. What do you want in exchange for it?
Me personally, I have no desire to keep it. But, on the other hand, I feel responsible. I can't just give it up if it's truly dangerous. So, perhaps you tell me. What do you want it for? What is it supposed to do? Maybe if we can figure out how it works and come to the conclusion that it's not that dangerous and it is rightfully yours, I'll happily return it. I'm not a thief. But you understand the moral quandary that I'm in? I can't hand you... I can't willingly hand you a weapon that could kill thousands or tens of thousands or rewrite history or whatever else you want it for.
Blimey.
So what is it supposed to do?
As a former shield maiden, let's be honest, because we all know in this room that I'm not still a shield maiden, but I still take my responsibility and the protection of the people around me very seriously, and I would also not feel comfortable giving anything up if we don't understand what it does.
I thought it was a bloody time travel device. Is it not? Where have you been zipping off to?
Oh, well, time definitely seems to be involved, but we don't really understand how.
Right, well that's what I bloody ordered. Alden said he could do it, mad tinkerer things. And I said, well, bloody perfect. Knocked me one
I'm
up.
pretty sure Alden has had some very unsuccessful tinkering in the past, though.
Oh, certainly. He's insane, was. Right, well, first of all, like I said, I paid for it. You know, good old hard-earned money. I'm an adventurer, just like you, kind of, was. Now I'm more of an entrepreneur, or a collector, perhaps. Have you ever wished that you could go back and change even 3 seconds of your life?
I think we all have.
Who doesn't?
Imagine, if you will, how it might feel to lose a member of your group, your adventuring party. A friend, a comrade. How it might feel to lose them. I should imagine that it would sting a little at best. At worst, it would feel like you're having your heart wrenched out of your body. Would you accept it? Would you move on? Or would you try anything? Absolutely anything to bring them back.
The lengths we would go to.
I have suffered pain and grief at every turn of my life, and I do not wish it upon anyone. I will inflict it, if I need to, but I don't wish it upon people. Grief.
Who did you lose?
My party, my family, my friends. Those that I loved. I simply wish to bring them back. I tried once, somewhat successful. I lost 2 of them again, recently. But, luckily, I've found the device that belongs to me, so I can just pop back, fix it all. Don't need to worry about it.
Did you bring them back as a construct?
Somewhat. Although,
You didn't lose them, we took them from you, that's what you're saying.
yes, you did.
Why did you send them after us? I understand you wanted the object. I get that. But surely you knew we would defend ourselves.
You just told me you would try anything to ensure it. I'm not going to let this slip through my fingers. This has been years in the making. Planning, preparation, money, endless money, items, all sorts of endless shopping lists from Alden. Eventually, he made the bloody thing and then he vanished. And then he came back and then you took it and you vanished. Can you see how frustrating it might be?
Of course. And you understand the position we're in, that no one has told us what this does, and we didn't go anywhere on purpose.
Great. Everything's laid out. We're all cleared up. So, what do you want in exchange for my device?
Why'd you kill Alden? Or why did your men kill Alden?
It wasn't a heart attack, you know that.
Well, I think technically his heart did give out. It was sort of after he was kicked into a wall by Lancelin. Lancelin has a temper, especially in his new state. Well,
Not anymore, he doesn't.
very funny. He wasn't being very forthcoming with us about this device that we have worked very hard on. Can you imagine how Lancelin felt? You know, a chance to get his life back, his body. So I think he was a little angry with the way that Alden was treating us, speaking to us and such.
How did
Did
they
Alden?
die?
Yeah, did Alden
Sorry.
ever? Did Alden ever clarify why he wouldn't give it to you? What was his hang-up? What was his concern? Clearly, he must have been worried about something if he didn't just hand it over to you.
He's worried about something, yes. I must admit to you that he didn't really seem to understand what the device was. He said that it was going to cause further catastrophe, further damage, wreak havoc, everything that you listed.
I mean, he built it. He must have some idea what it does or what it's capable of.
Not anymore. Hence my fervent hunt for you.
I'm not trying to ask you uncomfortable questions, but how did your party die?
Well, it was quite some time ago. I was a younger man. I was quite good at acquiring items, ironically. And so I took to it. I decided I would take what I wanted. When I was younger, everything was taken from me for the first time. My family. So, while I had only a few contacts in town as a young boy, I decided to reclaim those items. My family owned a auction house, you see. Quite wealthy. Me and my brother, well, we parted ways. He went off to work for some noble in Old Runenstein, and I stayed in New Runenstein and developed a knack for claiming stuff that wasn't mine back then. Few of us had a similar skill set. Scarlet, Lancelin, Kesper. And we started a little group of our own. Eventually, we became quite well known, I must say. Then, we got caught. Now, what would you say you should do with a thief who stole something from a horrible old wretched rich man?
I don't really have a lot of opinions.
That's right, slap on the wrist, send them off. They're only young. They just wanted drink and fun, frolicking around the city. Not for us, no. We were placed in a dungeon for quite a significant amount of time, and then we were picked up by somebody known as Fester Rel. Fester Rel was the person who we actually stole from in the first place, so once he got his hands on us, Fester Rel put us in an even worse dungeon, and then I was tortured for months. I thought that my friends were also being tortured, and then I was released to find that they weren't being tortured, that they were killed. That they were dead. And so, in my desperation, I began this search for anything. Luckily, Kesper, being the smart one of the group, he had a sort of contingency situation. We all had to say some strange words, and hold a little silver cage, and then if we were to die, our souls should be captured within it, and we'd have a little bit of time to be able to take that soul and bring it back, or something or other. So I did what any good shield maiden would do. I went to the Sanctioned Hand. I went to the clerics of Surreal, and I asked them, please bring my friends back. They said, no, we can't do that. I said, you must try. They said, it's not possible. I said, I know it's possible. Of course it's possible. I've seen it happen. Bring them back. They said no, so they made a fucking enemy of me on that day. Then I went to the lesser known clerics, the nasty ones. They said the same thing, except they were smiling. Then I started stealing again to make up a little bit of money. With that money, I purchased myself some Vianthrosite hearts and some big armored constructs and some people to put them together and some mages to bring the souls and bind them to the things, and so my friends were back somewhat. And then I found Alden, and I said, Alden, my dear, could you please knock me up something that would let me just pop back in time and sort this whole business out? Doesn't even have to be all the way to the start. I'll go back and I'll kill the people that tried to kill me and my parents and took everything from us, but instead, I'll just pop back and I'll fix this situation. I'll stop my friends from being dead. And that's all I want it for, Alden. Swears. So he said he'd do it. And he did it. And then he vanished. And then he came back. And he gave it to someone else. And then he died.
He vanished for how long?
Years. Buggered right off.
I just look at Elenis. You think Alden couldn't control it either?
I would think that's a possible.
Maybe that's why he was so eager to get rid of it. Even he couldn't control it.
He trapped us with this item. He didn't tell us what it did whenever he gave it to us.
Yes, he was a
and
bugger.
freed himself of it.
I can control it.
How do you know?
It's all I've ever done. Is collect rare artifacts and items and magical things. He lifts his staff up and looks at it, and it kind of glows as he turns it around in the air, and he says, look at that. Bloody impressive, that. They call it the fucking Staff of Power.
It's very impressive.
Before this proceeds any further, Brad, I do need to insight check his whole background story,
Go for it.
particularly his claims of that they just did some petty thievery and were killed for it.
I would also like to insight check specifically so that I don't think Elenis would have thought of it that way. I think she just would be trying to tell, because I think it's pulling on her heartstrings. So she's just trying to tell how truthful it is because it feels truthful to her.
Okay. Give me your insight checks.
I imagine this guy's quite deceptive, but maybe I'll get a good roll regardless.
Can I use my heroic inspiration on that, please?
Yeah.
Did my roll go through? I can't see it for some reason.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
You can refresh. Or you can do a roll and just tell us what you got. I suspected this would be a buggy mess today.
Okay.
I rolled an 18.
Okay.
Oh, I've been signed out of our table.
Yeah, it's going
That's
to
why.
take ages.
Okay, then I'll just, for sake of moving this forward, I'm just going to... I rolled an 11.
Okay. Honestly, to both of you, he feels like he's being quite truthful, but he's given you a snapshot, like a quick version that really you suspect that there is a little more to it, but the bones of what he said did feel quite true to you as he started to speak. And he, up until that point, he felt like he was kind of in control. As he spoke and rambled on and went back into his memories, he started to get a little more kind of emotional and lose a little bit of his composure, which leads maybe you, specifically you, Elenis, to believe that actually what he was saying was kind of true, because he was just rambling more so than trying to carefully pick his words. His composure has returned, but You think that the bare bones probably are relatively true, but he could be hiding anything within those bones.
If he's like getting emotional while he's telling the story and losing control, it might mean that it's true, or it might just mean that, you know, he's convinced himself and he thinks it's true, or he's a very good performer.
I think Alinus
Okay.
believes it and just believes that maybe it's a little bit perhaps embellished for effect.
Yeah, I think I'm also kind of coming to the conclusion that everybody, when they recount a story, they kind of skew it in their own favor a little bit, so this guy's probably no different, but at the core of it, it probably is pretty close to what happened. So I think I kind of believe him too. And when he's done talking, I'll say, well, I'm a little torn. I feel like if it's yours and you paid for it, and if you're just trying to get your friends back, it should be returned to you. But I'm also torn by the responsibility that I have to make sure that it doesn't harm anyone, as it was entrusted to me by the council or the assembly. So, could I bother you for more time? Because
Yeah.
I can't make a decision like this without consulting the rest of our group anyway. You know there's 4 of us.
I was
You're
gonna say
right.
the same.
Which one of you has that sending stone?
I do.
Let's call him up.
Okay, but you know that we can't do that. You know, if it were you and you had your party members here, your companions, the ones that you want so desperately to bring back, wouldn't you want to have a little moment of privacy, genuine privacy, to be able to have a conversation about something that you know that we have someone in our party who takes being a custodian very seriously, and you have a former shield maiden, and you have perhaps the most honorable man I've ever met, and a dwarf who very, very, very much takes the responsibility that has been bestowed upon us with the utmost seriousness. You really think we couldn't have just a day? You know we can't leave. You clearly know where we're going at all times.
Oh, I really have no idea where you're going. It's been bloody hard to track you down, and you're fast as well. I don't know how you even got here this quickly. Look, I'd love to give you a day. I would. I'd love to give you all the time in the world. Perhaps I can, after I get the device back. But it's just not in my interest to give you a day. And I've really been piecing this together for a long time. I'm impatient. Perhaps if I had commissioned this thing and Alden had produced it to me the next day, you could have 5 days. But it's been bloody years. So I'm going to politely decline, and I'm just going to keep asking where it is.
Okay,
Now, is
can
it
you
with the
give me
other
an
two?
answer then?
Because they're about to go to the stables, and shouldn't have done that. They've bloody seen me now. I know where they are. Do you know where they are?
You know the answer to that question.
Again, please. I think I'm being rather polite.
All right, you won't give us a day, but at least answer a question for me.
Okay.
You say you can control this thing. You're sure you can, because you control
Absolutely.
everything else that you have, and you have become quite adept at it.
No doubt in my mind.
All right, then. So how exactly do you think it works? Do you think you can go both forward and backwards in time at will? Do you think you can determine exactly how far you travel?
I assume so. Why would Alden have made it do anything else?
Why would he have traveled forward years in time and disappeared?
Is that what he did?
And then, I assume so. Didn't you say it was years?
Yes, little
You
bugger
said-
vanished for 5 years.
You said he vanished for years. I thought it was evident from my follow-up question, but yeah, if he disappeared for 5 years, do you really think he can control it? I doubt he did it intentionally. Why would he give up 5 years for no reason?
Is that not what you meant?
I have no idea what that old man was up to. He was honestly borderline insane.
I mean, that's true.
It's just all the more reason to question whether his devices are stable.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be stable. It just needs to take me back. A few years, that's all. Tell me, when you go back in time, do you go back into your own body, or do you go there and there's like another one of you there, like a bloody doppelganger? How does it work?
We haven't seen any evidence yet that it would allow us to go back in time.
What? What does
We've
it do?
only ever gone
The
forward, as
device
far as
only
I'm
goes.
aware.
The device only goes forward.
Well, that's bloody useless. Might as well be a spoon.
Spoons have a use.
You're right. Alright, where is it? Where's the spoon?
Listen. I can't tell you where it is.
You know I can search your pockets, right? You're going to make me do that. It's so crass.
No, I'm not going to make you search.
Alright, so tell me, which pocket is it in?
I look at Rio and just shake my head.
You really think we'd bring it here?
I know you haven't got it. I've just watched those two talk about it in an alleyway.
So then why the charade?
I just wanted to see if you would be useful to me in any way whatsoever. That you'd be forthcoming, that perhaps you could be honest. You don't have to be...
I'm being completely honest with you. I'm just withholding information
Yes,
that
I
you
feel
already
like-
clearly have.
I feel like we've been quite candid and forthcoming in this conversation. It hinges on the fact that I don't know whether or not I can trust you, and I certainly don't trust that device. I think it's dangerous.
I agree.
Putting two potentially dangerous things together is not a good recipe.
Alright, well, first of all, thank you. I am dangerous. I'm very dangerous. But I don't have to be dangerous to you. So how about this?
If I
You
cared
tell me
only
the
about
price. What is it? Gold? Do you want a bloody house?
Would I
things I-
know that the telepathy that Sylvia does, is it magic in nature?
I don't think it would be like
think
an
it's
ongoing
just-
spell, but
Yeah, I think it's just an innate ability, to be honest.
Okay, so I think knowing what I know.
I did look it up though, and I messed up earlier. She wouldn't have been able to talk to you. It's only to me, so she would have had to have been whispering in
Oh.
your ear. Back when that
Never mind
happened.
then. I'm still thinking though. I'm like thinking what I want you to hear, but she doesn't know. Like, okay. Or maybe she does. Can she read
Yeah.
my mind?
No, she doesn't read minds. She just talks.
They're
to,
just
she talks
they're
to
specifically telepathic.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I'm
it's
still
just-
thinking, like, maybe you can hear me and you clearly
Well,
can't.
no, because
Well, no,
earlier
no, no,
on
no.
she was
It-
whispering. We will
yeah,
retcon it,
well,
but she
that-
whispered
that's
to you.
the-
She like flickered
earlier-
behind your ear and was like...
Yeah, earlier when I said she was like beaming thoughts into your head, in reality she was actually just kind of whispering to you because I messed up. She can only do that with me. Does mean you're the only one who's heard her voice out loud so far, though.
Oh, that's cool. I'm honored. In the moment, I think Elenis would look at Rio. She's talking to our wonderful friend here, who I really wish I could hate. But looking at Rio and says, there is only one thing I want, and you can't give it to me.
What do you want?
I put my head on my fist and I turn and I'm like, yeah, Linus, what is it? What do you want?
I want to end this plague.
Well, just
That's all I want.
go to the future, find the cure, come back. What on earth are you waiting for?
You think I wouldn't have tried it if I knew how to use it?
Alright, how about this? You give me the fucking thing, I'll do it, and I promise I'll come back. Pinky swear.
I stare at his pinky. You know I can't trust you, right? You know you wouldn't trust you.
What do you want? Like a devil's bargain or something?
Already
Can you
got
give
one.
me a devil's bargain?
I can do a sort of patron pact thing.
I look at Rio.
I'm not doing that again. You can if you want.
I don't think you have enough of a guarantee that would make it worthwhile.
Look, This is me being reasonable. How much further would you like to go?
Elenis turns to Rio again and says, "You are going to need to do the talking, or I'm going to say or do something I might regret."
Okay. We can't give it to you right now. But there is a world where we do give it to you. Like, I don't detest you so much as to sit here and say that my whole purpose in life is to foil you. I just need to make sure that I can, in good conscience, part with that thing that I think might be dangerous. So we need more time to study it and make sure that it is not. But I'm willing to offer you an olive branch to show you I'm not just full of it. Your two friends that came after us. We destroyed them, but we kept the hearts intact. What if I return your friends to you as an olive branch? Like, we're not here just to screw you over, I promise you that. But if this device really is as dangerous as we were told, and you've already been responsible for at least one murder, and you started this conversation by lying to us, so I don't have the highest amount of trust in you just yet. I can't give you a weapon or a device that could be potentially super dangerous if I can't trust you with it. Grant
you
us
really
some
have
time.
the cages.
We do.
We didn't want to destroy them. We haven't tried to destroy anyone.
Listen, I tried to talk Lancelin and Scarlet out of attacking us. I didn't want to kill them either. They said
Okay.
they had their orders.
Prove it. They're on you now.
They're not with me, no. The other two.
What do you have?
My hammer. My good looks, my charm. Do you think I would have brought anything in here that I was, that scared of losing? I'm not stupid.
I suppose not. All right. How about this? We'll go to my holiday home and we'll call up your little friends on the sending stones and invite them over for tea as well. We'll all have a big discussion. You give me the soul cages and the device. I'll make you a promise or two. You can have, fuck it, the holiday home. It's got to be worth thousands of gold.
We don't care about money.
Well, you get something. Might as well have a home. I'll chuck it in as a sort of deposit. Then I'll go away, figure out the device. Casper will probably get it done in an hour, but however long it takes. We'll zip around, get everything you need in your life. The cure, whatever you need. Done? Tentative deal?
How about you tell me where I can find you tonight? I'll bring you the cores from your two friends.
Oh,
Then
no. You two are not leaving my sight until the device is mine.
What about if one of us stays with you?
Why? I know
Because
where
we
your
would
other two
never
friends
leave.
are. I'm following them right now. I can bring them here, or I suppose I could just kill you both, and then kill them.
You could. So why haven't you?
Because I don't want to. I don't like breaking up adventuring parties. It sort of triggers me. An uncomfortable feeling in me, like bees in my chest.
You know what the bees in your chest feeling is?
Grief, darling.
It's not just grief, though. It's the knowledge that what you're doing is wrong. Or would be wrong, if you acted on it.
Like I said, I do not wish to inflict grief upon anyone, but I will inflict it upon you if I need to. But grief is a wound that does not close.
I know.
Because the thing that caused it is the thing that made you whole, and I am not whole. And you can sit there with your comrade and with your friends out there dilly-dallying about on the first level, and you can remain whole. That is my offer to you. I think it's a pretty good offer. I'm also offering you the cure and a holiday home. That's a pretty good deal.
What if we go forward 50 years in the future and there was no cure?
Why wouldn't there be a cure? It's a disease. They've got a cure for everything. Remember that thing with the pox in the nose and everyone was sneezing and their nose was swelling up and blood was coming out and they'd die? What did they cure that, like 100 years ago? There'll be a cure eventually. I mean, who knows what they've got eventually? Maybe we'll get a airship or something. You want an airship?
I only want one
An
thing.
Airship and a vacation home would both be pretty cool, but they're a little lower on my priority list than potentially saving the world. One of the times that we used, well, we didn't use it. The last second simply decided to do whatever it was that it likes to do. We saw visions of a future, of the world destroyed, the world in chaos, flames engulfing. And it was bad enough that it scarred one of our companions, mentally. Now they don't even want to look at it. I don't know if these visions are possible futures or things that might occur or what happens if the thing gets out of control, but we're not just saying it's dangerous for the fun of it. We've seen it firsthand. We have good reason to not really trust anyone with it just yet.
All right, all right. I tell you what, I'll throw a last thing on top of the deal. For now, I'll save the fucking world. Because I'll have my adventuring party back, and I think we're a higher level than you. Come on. That's a good deal.
That is a good deal. I wish I could believe it.
You can't guarantee any of that.
No, I can't. But I can guarantee that I'll chop your heads off, and then your friends' heads, and just take all of this stuff. So you might as well take option A over option B.
Okay. How about we meet up together? You can take us. Rather than doing whatever shady thing you want to do in this dark alleyway with our companions. Have this discussion as a group. I look at Rio. I'm not making a decision, I'm talking it out.
I shrug, as if, indicating that I don't have a problem with it. Sure. But also, as I'm doing so, I'm starting to size up what's about to happen if we don't give this guy what he wants. So, looking around the room, this like table thing that we're kind of slowed down by, how sturdy does this table look?
It really doesn't look that sturdy. It just looks like a normal table.
Okay.
But you can give me an Arcana check if you want.
Okay. Sure. Alright, Arcana. For the wooden table, how strong is it? I got a natural 20.
This thing is actually maybe near indestructible. It's clearly enchanted. It's got the sigil that holds your hands together is one thing, but you've maybe been testing it or maybe just looking it over, and you recognize that this thing has some other magic imbued into it, that it, you might be able to lift it and throw it and use it, but it isn't the type of thing that you would just be able to very simply break.
Gotcha. So it's not bolted to the floor.
No, it does actually appear loose.
the second follow-up question.
Although your
sigil
wrists
that-
are also fully locked into this thing, so if you like kick it, you're going with it, and so would Illness, that kind of thing. You
Right, then-
you wouldn't snap off of this thing suddenly.
Right. The next question would be like the sigil it's on the table, I assume.
There's a bubble coming out of it as well. So the bubble is around your hands, and the bubble is what you're moving your hands within, but that you can't leave your wrists and hands won't leave this bubble, and the bubble won't leave the kind of like above the sigil. So you can move them up and down. There's a circle on the desk in front of you, and there's a bubble that your hands are in. The bubble's probably the size of like a soccer ball, and your hands are in it.
Okay. Because I am anticipating if we keep refusing, there will be violence. So I'm figuring I'm trying to get a more accurate picture of how much violence we can do here. The next question. When he brought us into this building, this does appear to be a legitimate government building, right? He didn't bring us to like his secret hideaway.
No, you get the feeling that he's literally brought you into the dead center of the giant obelisk of a law building in the top floor.
So, and we passed like all kinds of clerks and like I would assume lawyers and guards and everything else, and they're all in uniform. So unless this is a very convincing charade and he has 30 of his minions outside and they're all dressed up, then we are in fact in a building full of officials and guards. So if a scuffle breaks out in this room, I would assume that there's just going to be a whole bunch of city guard come running in right away.
Yeah, they might beat us up though.
they might beat us up, but he's like, all it's going to take is us like starting to yell, "Who is this guy? He's not supposed to be in here."
True.
And like someone's going to look at him, right? And so I think this is kind of like all of what I'm currently considering. And then the last question, Brad, is would I didn't want to interrupt your. I guess it's up to you whether you will allow this or not, because I didn't specify this earlier because I didn't want to interrupt your narration, but I didn't tell Sylvia to come in the room with us. I wanted her to wait outside. If you will allow that. Actually, it doesn't even matter, because the first question would be, can she still hear me, or does this room block telepathy?
I don't think this
coming in?
room would block telepathy unless you have to be able to see her, or she has to be able to see you as part of the telepathy, but I don't think that. Yeah. Is there a distance or anything on it?
It's 100 feet is the thing, and I don't have to be able to see her. She just has to be within 100 feet.
Then,
so I was going to have her
doesn't.
just wait outside.
It doesn't.
Okay.
You know what? Roll me. Let's call it another fate die. Roll me a d20. If you roll over a 10, I'll give you some extra shit.
Sure.
50-50
While
shot.
you're doing that, can I ask, the sending stone has been in my hand the whole time. I've been holding a die to represent it. I'm assuming that because it involves casting a spell, the bubble blocks it, right?
Yeah. If it's a spell-based thing.
It says that by rubbing it, you cast sending, so I'm guessing that it's blocked.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm still rubbing the sending stone anyway,
you
trying
can
desperately to do it.
You can have activated it. Is it an instant thing? I assume it would be.
Let me double check.
On the actual spell.
When you
You
touch
rolled
the
a
stone, you
7,
can
Rio.
cast.
So I'm going to say that the pixie didn't like hear anything useful on the outside before it became sort of too late. At the moment, any information you're getting from the pixie on the outside is that everything seems to be completely normal out there. It doesn't look like there's like 1,000 guards waiting at the door. There's plenty of people coming and going. But I was going to give you some extra stuff based on what he did before he came in the room.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Right.
Yeah.
I think at this point, I'm telling her, fly to the other two and warn them that this was a trap.
Okay, zips off.
Yeah.
And that they're looking for the, this was a trap. They're looking for the thing. Right.
I'm stressed. I'm
So,
sorry.
yeah.
Sorry.
Same, bro.
Stress the
Same.
fuck
I'm just
out.
sat here like,
I'm like,
I think so. There was like a 2-second window where I'm looking at him and then kind of just gauge the room, tell Sylvia what to do, and then I forgot what the last thing he said was, but I'll probably just circle back to.
I think he said he'd save the world and add that on top of, or
Yeah,
cut off
I
all your
would
heads
just-
or something.
Yeah, I would just circle it back to I wish I could believe you. I really do. Offer still stands though. We'll give your friend's cores back. Take time to look at the thing. If we make sure it's safe and it's really yours, we'll give it back to you.
We don't want it.
Good. All right. I think you can't be trusted. And you think I can't be trusted. Let's call that level footing or chaos. And I'm okay with chaos. I guess I have a pact with a chaos god. So let's say this. A gentleman's agreement that we won't try and kill each other, and you come with me. And we'll go to my holiday home, and you can bring your companions, and we'll all sit down, have a nice cup of tea and a cake. Except for Casper. He doesn't eat. Figure it out, and I'm sure that we can come to an agreement. You've got a dying friend. The other one doesn't want the bloody thing anyway. You barely want it. You've got a moral quandary that I assure you can get over. You're like, what, 15? You'll be
How
fine.
do you know about the dying friend?
Oh, there was a whole situation in the alleyway. I was sort of half listening to you and half listening to that, but yes, it was quite emotional.
I can barely keep track of one conversation. It's pretty talented. You can keep track of two.
I've been doing this for a very long time. I really did sort of go mad at one point, screeching up to the heavens, Gods help me, God's this. What helped me was a shitty little cat called Mara. Useless fucking thing, to be honest. I've tried everything. Fighting guild, the herbal guild or whatever they're called. Everything. Except for this one thing. The one thing that you fucking have that I want, and that's all I want, and it's really doesn't seem like such a tall order because you have it, and I have everything else. Ever. Whatever it is you want, I can get you it, at least. I am technically the head of a thieves guild. If that helps. It really is
Again.
almost nothing I can't get you.
The only thing I want is to save her.
I think I can get you that. I really do.
All right, where is this vacation home of yours?
It's downstairs. Like, literally below us, I think. I hope.
Oh, here in Sonantor.
Yes.
It's a nice piece of property.
It really
Vacation
is.
home
And
office
it's
sounds
blue.
tempting.
What do you say? Do you agree to come with me? I'll loosen your binds. Don't try and fucking kill me, though.
I don't think we could if we tried anyway. Not that I want to.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, I don't get the impression you'd be easily killable, but also I don't think I really have a justification to kill you yet. Like,
Right.
I don't think you're evil, so in good conscience, I don't think I could kill you, but I do think perhaps you're misguided about this item. I don't think it's the solution to all the problems you seem to think it is. It's dangerous.
Well, nothing else is the bloody solution. And look, it sounds like you and I are in the same situation. You've got one dying, I've got 3 dead, sort of 1 semi-dead.
What do you mean by semi-dead?
Well, his soul is, affixed to one of these horrible constructs.
His robot friends.
Yeah, okay.
Actual souls
Is he gonna
and all.
try and kill us?
Well, probably not. No, Casper's But Lancelot's a big lad with a small brain, Scarlet
I can relate.
just absolutely adores bloodletting. I won't lie, she was absolutely a maniac. But Casper's a lot more sort of contained, but he's sort of got that, you know, that mad tinkerer thing that Alden has in a way. He's always trying to do strange things with planes and stasis and I don't know what. Really not my
Alright.
expertise.
Then I think that sounds like what we're gonna have to do.
Great. I'm going to release these bonds on your hands. Now, if you try and attack me, I'm going to run out that bloody door, and I've informed everyone here that if you escape, that you are to die.
Understood.
And they think I'm that chap Quill. So they'll
Can I
believe me.
insight? I want to insight check this statement because I don't think that like some random county clerk is going to have the authority to just execute a death sentence without without a trial and like suddenly walk in and take control of a whole building or whatever. I think he's overstating his clout.
Yeah.
I will attempt. Let's see if I can see through a bluff here. I have an 18.
You get the sense that he's not sure either, but he does seem confident in his side of what he's saying.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. Agreement. We're just going to be people about this, not savages.
I obviously still look hesitant to this agreement.
Yeah, Alinus also looks like reluctant, but almost like I don't know if there's much other choice.
Agreement that we won't try and kill each other.
I think we can definitely agree not to try to kill each other. I think agreeing to remain as your prisoners when I'm trying to determine whether I can trust you or not is not really helping me make my decision.
Right, well, you're not like a full prisoner. I'm going to let your hands loose. You'll be able to cast spells. Can't one of you teleport at least? Come on, surely you can do something.
If we have to go where you tell us to go and we're tied up, then we are definitely still prisoners. And
You're sort of prisoners. You're like
uh,
prison-y guests.
the being the prisoner is not the troublesome part. It's been in jail before. It's not the first time. The problem is, if you were really trustworthy, we wouldn't have to go through all this. I have yet to make any sort of statement with you that I've ever gone back on. This was our first time talking. I don't know why you would say earlier that we're not trustworthy. All we did was run when you tried to kill us, which is a fair reaction.
Right. I agree. I also think that you think I'm untrustworthy, and I'm perfectly trustworthy. Again, I could have killed you at any point in here. You can't bloody do anything. It'd be
Yeah,
pretty
we did
easy for me
try
to put
before.
I could put a knife in your neck. We'd get blood all over this wonderful outfit. But, you know, prestidigitation.
Very handy spell.
I won't kill you. You don't kill me. I'll take us downstairs. It'll be you, I, Kesper. We'll call your friends. They can pop on up. We'll have a lovely discussion. It's not a trap. But it
Can I
isn't
insight check specifically that
fully freedom.
at that comment?
Yeah. Give me an insight check.
Is he lying? Oh, come on! That's a nat 1.
It's not a trap.
That tells me absolutely nothing. What a time to get a nat 1.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem like he's set up like some grand trap for you. If anything's a trap, it was this part where you're
Yeah.
trapped.
Something still doesn't add up. If you want this thing so badly and you're willing to do anything for it, then why do you have to sit here and grill us for it if you know we don't even have it on us?
Because I'm a civilized man. I've got enough blood on my hands, and I've really no idea what the device does either. You know, you have to understand, you might just use it and vanish. And I would have no way of knowing where you went, as I haven't this entire time.
I have wanted nothing more than to get rid of the device since we found it. Trust me, I'm in no hurry to use it.
I simply just want to know where you are. You know, if I can keep my eye on you, then I haven't lost the one thing I want. Imagine the roles were reversed here.
No, I am. This is the first time in this conversation that I've started to feel like you have a valid point. If we did regroup with our friends, we could activate the device, and then you never see us again. The problem is, if we activate the device, I never get to see my own life again either. If we jump forward 50 years and leave you behind,
That's why I suggested you keep one of us. I'll stay. My friends won't abandon me.
How about this? How about we do what I fucking want? Or I'm going to start killing. I don't understand why you're being so stubborn. I've killed a lot of people. I did it for other people. I did it for the fucking guilds. I did it for fucking Festerel. I did it to get this thing made. And I didn't want to kill any of them. Not one. I'm not a killer. I'm a thief. And I'm usually a very good thief. And this was a horrible heist. Trying to figure out who you are, what you're doing, where you are, how the fuck you keep vanishing. If you can trust anything, you can trust that I don't need to kill you. Because if I did, I would. If I had a bloodlust, I would. Currently, you've killed my two closest friends, who I went to a lot of effort to bring back. I have a very good reason to kill two of your closest friends, or you, and I haven't. And it's not because I'm worried that the device is going to vanish. I know exactly where they are. I'm following them. I simply want an exchange. Frankly, what I was hoping for was that I'd catch up to you and say, hey, look, that's mine. Can I have it back? Can you tell me how it works? Have a fucking boat. Most adventurers would have accepted a boat.
I wouldn't be too opposed to a boat. The only quandary here is that I need time to make sure the thing isn't dangerous. And
I
until
don't have that time, though, do I?
Well,
And
you
we
kind of
don't-
do.
No, I don't.
Why?
If it really is a time travel device, then you do, in fact, have all the time in the world. We all do.
Great, give me it then.
Why do you not have the time?
Well, there's a lot of reasons. One, I'm getting on a bit. Two, I don't know when they're going to open that bloody door and start asking questions. Oh, where's Quill? Who are you? How did you get this thing done? Blah, 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 blah. Three, I'm impatient. That'll do.
You did mention that before.
You've had this thing for what, a week?
About that, yeah.
I've been in this for years. I've been waiting patiently for years.
Okay. You just said you were impatient. If you've managed to overcome that for years and you finally have encountered a group that is willing to actually potentially give it to you, then why would you not just be patient for another week?
Wrong.
Take a second.
I said I have been waiting patiently for years, and I told you earlier on that I've grown impatient. Now we can argue the semantics, or I can put a knife in your neck and take it. My final offer. I let you out. We go. You can invite your comrades up. You give me the device. I give you the cure and a boat and a fucking house and a fucking magical hat. And we go our separate ways. I've no reason to destroy the bloody world. I'm in it. I just want my friends back.
I understand.
If I could reunite you with your friends while knowing that no one else would get hurt in the process, I would.
Show of good faith. And he walks around to Alinis' side of the table. And he places his hand underneath the table, and the sigil stops glowing, and your hands are freed with the sending stone in it. And he jumps back kind of theatrically.
I'm holding it up so he can see it because I feel like he can probably tell if I use it.
Let them know. Ask them to follow the cat with the one eye. It'll take them to my summer home. And we'll all go there together.
I would like to press on the sending stone and send a message. I have to think about this because it has to be 25 words or less.
Did he just release her or both of us?
Just her. You're still locked.
I have a question before I send the message.
Okay.
And it is the fact that, and this has been on my mind this entire conversation, but I've not wanted to say anything because I don't trust this guy. And I was going to try and ask Rio, but I obviously don't have the telepathic ability. So, do we know that there is an extra slot on the Lost Second? Or is that only something that Tooth discovered from examining it?
I'm pretty sure you guys knew that.
We knew about the extra slot, right?
Tooth just confirmed that there was no one using it.
Right. Okay. Let me count my words. I would like to send a message to Brula saying... Actually, can you send from a sending stone? You can't send multiple times, can you?
Let's see. It says...
I believe it's once per day?
Sending
Per rest?
stones. Coming pairs with each stone cast to match the other. While you touch one stone, you can cast sending from
the
it. The
next
target is the bearer of the other stone. Blah, 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 blah. Once sending is cast using either stone, the stones can't be used until the next dawn. If one of the stones in a pair is destroyed, the other one becomes non-magical.
Okay, then I will tell him, give me one moment. The spell is very limited.
Oh, I know what they do. If they don't start walking towards my summer home, by the way, they
That's
will
fine.
die.
I don't mean that. I'm trying to fit in information so that they know we're okay.
Right, but they will literally die. You understand that?
I understand
Like,
that.
within an hour, I would say. Maybe 2 if the boys are lazy.
I will send a message telling them we're caught. Follow the black cat. That's... Yep, okay.
Yep, okay. I'm kidding. I'm
No,
joking. I'm
don't you
joking,
dare.
I'm joking, I'm joking.
Listen, I
I'm
can't
sorry,
count in my
I'm
head
sorry.
and
Yeah,
think at the same time.
Go. Sorry.
We may have to, that's 10, make a deal. Remember the 5th slot. And this is going to Brula, so I'll say, be careful. Love you. And that's it. That's like 21 or 22. I didn't actually count. My fingers stopped moving properly.
Okay. The message goes off. And he's just looking at you. I don't think he's aware that you've really sent it or anything. I don't know if anything activates on these stones necessarily. So he's just watching you.
I'm done.
Very good. Well then, shall we away?
I guess so.
All right. He walks around the table. He puts the gem of the cane on the table and sort of playfully drags it around the table. And he's watching Rio the whole time. He completely takes his eyes off of you, Alinus. And as he moves around to the table, he leans down, puts his hand under the table, allows his hand to brush your knee a little bit, Rio. And then before he lets the sigil go, he looks you very closely and says, "Don't fuck me and I won't fuck you. Unless you play your cards right." We agreed?
Sure.
He puts his hand to the sigil and releases your hands. And he jumps back playfully again. 2 of you, 1 of me. If you're going to do it, now's the time.
I still don't think you're evil, so
You're right,
I'm not going to kill you yet.
Well, if I don't make it back out of this place in sort of 5 minutes or so, your friends are dead. So we've really got to go. So that I can let Kesper know. There was another secret time limit. I didn't use it against you. I could have done.
So this
Lead the way.
this whole us being your totally not prisoner, you'll allow us to cast spells as long as they're not in any way harmful to you, yes?
I'd rather
That
you
wouldn't break
didn't.
our
I don't know
agreement.
what you're doing until it's done. I'm not that
I'll
much.
tell you what it is.
You're right.
As I do it, you'll know exactly what it is.
Well, tell me before. But look, let me cast a spell first. I've got to get us out of here, okay? So when you feel a
That's fine.
tingling and a fizzing, you're not going to explode. You just have to give into it so that it'll carry you away with us.
That's fine. I'll cast my spell afterwards.
Okay. And understand this. If I bloody vanish out of here and I end up on my own, it's
I'm
not
not
going to take me
going
too long to
to-
get all the way back up here. It's just
I'm
one
not-
floor up. They're not going to walk in here.
I'm not going to trick you. I
And
promise.
I'm going to come up here and I'm going to come up here as Quill and I'm going to
I'll
ask
tell
them
you
to...
what the spell is. For our own assurances, I would like to cast Death Ward on myself.
Okay. I don't even
Just-
know what that does.
Neither do I. What are you doing, Linus?
I would like to cast Death
I'm-
Ward on myself. You touch
I'm
a
with-
creature,
I'm
and
with
granted
him. I
a
don't know what
measure-
you're doing.
and granted a measure of protection from death the first time the target would drop to 0 hit points before the spell ends. The target instead drops to 1 hit point and the spell ends, and it lasts for 8 hours. I would like to make sure I do not die, so that the rest of the party does not die.
Okay. You cast the spell and he watches you cast this. How does it look? What do you do?
I think she'll get down on one knee and place one hand to the floor. And I assume the floor is stone.
Yeah, it's like all sandstone. Masoned.
And I think she'll just kind of whisper to herself, and you might hear her saying, "Protect me so that I might protect them." But there's more to it than that, but that's the gist of it.
Okay. Boring. Watch this one. Huzzah! Teleport! And he brings the staff up and the ruby at the top of it begins to glow. You feel a sensation. Do you accept being dimension doored away from this room? Are you willing?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, dimension door only is 2 people, right? It would be me and him, unless he's casting it twice or something, right?
This is a special dimension door.
Super dimension
Yeah,
door.
I don't know.
You
Maybe-
can do more at higher levels, but he'd be
can
revealing
you?
what level
Okay.
the enemy is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, he casts
Today
a
I-
different teleport spell.
Okay. Today I learned dimension door has more than one.
To be honest, I'm just still
seat.
working with original D&D. When you feel this strange sensation, you are taken from the room, and I think the last thing we see is a little cat moving through the streets of the lower levels of Sonnentor, and it's following the small forms of Brula and Tooth. And we'll see you next week. There is no green room this week because I don't want to give away any secrets. Thanks for watching, everyone.
dying!
Thanks for playing, players. And very sorry Yuto weren't in the end there, but
Oh my god.
he had
It's
to do
okay.
what he had to do.
He had to do what he had
Just
to
gonna
do.
wipe that from my memory.
All right.
Because we don't know if we're going outside of Sonnentor, right? We don't. It just
Well,
said
no,
follow the
he
cat.
said his house
No,
is
it's in
Sonnentor.
Sonnentor, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We're
It's,
just gonna
it's,
move really
he's
quick.
taking you 200 feet straight down.
I always knew I'd be going straight
Yeah,
down.
I just didn't read the rest of the spell. All right.
How? Never mind. No, I was going to ask random mechanical questions that don't matter.
I don't care about the mechanics. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next week where I will know all of the mechanics of whatever spell he
Reveal
actually
nothing.
used. Thanks so much for playing, players. Bye.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.
But when you look